All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Davy Dak Fight Round 11 now, which is really crazy. Welcome with some of my esteemed colleagues here, people that you've probably seen on the channel before, and I've talked about on the channel plenty of times in One Piece University. A great group of guys that I talk to on and off the screen, I guess, with the Sports Piece chat and all that. So I guess we'll just go around and give some introductions. As usual. So start with Crow since you're first, and also give us a quick rating of the chapter along with your introduction for chapter 1083.
Oh man, I ain't used to being first, man. What's good with y'all, man? It's Majin Crow, the charming host of One Piece University. Good to be somewhere where I can just chill and let my boy Dak take the reins. I'm giving the chapter a smooth 8.59 out of 10, even though it was some nasty agendas going around. But yeah, I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna kick it off to my boy Zane or whoever next. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. My name's Zane. You can catch me on Twitter at Daimyo-sun. And honestly, bro, I really like this chapter. If I had to give it a rating, I'd give it probably a solid 8.5 out of 10 too. Pretty enjoyable. A lot to talk about, as you'll see with this stream. And yeah, man, I'm ready to get into it.
And JJ?
I'm going to jump in. John Sherrod in all social media. Just letting everybody know when it comes to them small people, check for your boy. Big Usopp, Lover. Oh, love, pause. That's a bad start. Big shout out to Frankie. I try to root for the little guys of the Straw Hat crew. But getting back to specifically the chapter, I'm going to give it an 8. I enjoyed the fact that we be able to see a whole lot of different characters that we're familiar with, and we're getting a whole lot of these loose ends tied up, while at the same time Oda is still dropping mystery upon mystery and giving us more characters to theorize about. So I'm happy to hear everybody's opinion. I give it a strong 8.
I'm with you. And Preach.
You can find me at Marshall D. Preach on YouTube and Twitter. And they say I rate the chapter too harshly, but I really like this chapter, so I'll give it an 8.
I'm right around there too. And Prince.
What's good, everybody? Principal Anime here. You can find me on YouTube at Principal Anime. Just dropped a Will of D video. Did surprisingly well. I don't know how, but and then this chapter, it was actually great. Had some of my favorite characters in it, but it was a great setup chapter. So it's really weird because I'm usually the generous grader in One Piece University. And then Zane and Crow gave it an 8.5, but I gave this chapter an 8.4 out of 10. But still, very good chapter.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey man, I'm right there with you because it's like it's funny because like if you would have heard, oh hey, we're gonna see what happened at the Reverie, you'd be like, oh, that's like a delivery chapter. That's gonna be like a beefy chapter. But it was more of a setup chapter. Like Oda used the events of the Reverie to set up the stuff we actually want to see, which is like, the Cobra, Emu, Sabo stuff. So it's kind of a weird chapter in that regard, I feel like. Like we saw the Admiral scrapping, but at the same time, it didn't feel like a whole lot happened because we kind of knew that happened. All we did was just see it finally, So yeah. But real quick, I want to say a big thank you to Terrible TJ for dropping some memberships in the chat. Let's see, how many was that? 4 individual ones. You're probably gonna, don't feel obligated, but I know how you do. You make efficient use of your memberships, so thank you very much for those. Who got those? Let's see, well, what One Piece University?
Shit,
of course,
we
that's
did.
great. Hey, it's rigged, bro. It's rigged. The whole, I'm telling you, it's like the NBA and the refs. No, we'll talk about that later. But hey, Cameron got one too. Major shout out to Cameron.
Oh, yes,
Captain Sandkraken, Growth Stunk. See, it's really rigged. These, man, like all my boys. All right. But hey, thank you, Terrible TJ. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I want to get right into the chapter and talk about, we were talking about it before stream a little bit. I want to get right into, if I can find it, right into the God Knights. All right. I think everyone has been wanting to talk about this probably more than anything because this is something like we kind of knew existed because I think during like the Reverie or like the first part of the Reverie or whatever, they mentioned like the God Knights will resolve it. I can't remember exactly, but they've been mentioned before. But now we got a big hint from Dragon. They're gonna be strong. Like he said that he's, however he put it, the battle doesn't get started till they walk in, right? So I guess I'm just curious with your guys' opinions on how strong these guys are. Do you guys think they're Admiral level? Let's start there. Anyone?
I'll go ahead and hop in. Oh, if you want to say, you good?
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I made a tweet earlier and I was talking about this. I think that it's going to be a wide range of power from the God Knights, because if we're looking at the numbers, right, you got 9 God Knights, 9 Straw Hats outside of Luffy. You got 5 Gorosei members. You got 4 Revolutionary Commanders. Then you have Sabo. So I'm thinking that the Straw Hats are matching up with the God Knights, and you're going to have the top 3 guys for Zoro, Sanji, and that other fish guy. They're going to be pretty strong, but I think the rest of them might fluctuate a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But overall, they're going to be a formidable, not crew, but group of people. But I don't think it's going to be like a bunch of Admiral level guys. Like a lot of people are starting to theorize. That's not realistic to me, to be honest.
So do you think there's a chance that one silhouette is Shanks' dad? Or people keep saying Shanks, but I like Shanks' dad. I don't know what, because obviously if it's Shanks or Shanks' dad for that matter, I mean that's Yonko level. Like that, you know what I mean? That's well above Green Bull at least. So
what?
Hey, we know what Shanks did to Green Bull. So
I think Oda is doing that on purpose. I think it could be a Figureland member. That's who I think it's probably going to be. He's making it look like Shanks on purpose. Like, obviously, he wouldn't have that silhouette up front if he wasn't trying to show you that, hey, this guy kind of looks like Shanks. Yeah, it's just to throw the community in a frenzy, pretty much.
Red herring.
Yeah, and when I hear God's Knights, I immediately think Emu, obviously, because that's the god of the world.
Right.
And anything less than Admiral level of the world.
I'm with you, because like I do think the admirals are getting slandered hard, because they even mentioned in this chapter how like we can't go all out here, you know, and also a lot of the admirals, all of them except for Fujitora, are Logias. And stream chat, let me know if we're still good. Shit, what was I saying? I can't remember now. What was I was
talking about Logia something.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a reason why all the admirals except for Fujitora have Logias, and we haven't seen one awaken yet. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to prove to be a on my end, it says it's working, so I feel like it's a Discord issue or something. Hold on.
Could very well be.
Come on, Discord.
Because on my end, my internet has been perfect the whole time. I haven't dropped anything, so that's gotta just
Conqueror
be.
Haki, bro.
I guess I can close a couple extra apps, but it doesn't seem to be my computer.
It's that new Zane mic. I'm telling you.
It is, yeah. Zane's got that Conqueror's Haki, bro.
Sorry.
I think we're good. If I cut out again, I might just let you guys cook for like 5 minutes and just hopefully it'll chill. Cause Sword Egg just said it's YouTube. It was doing it to 3vol too. Kev was getting cooked the other night too by the same thing. Cause I'm sitting here like, man, nothing's going wrong. So yeah, it's got to be YouTube or Discord or something. Yeah,
it's the anti-OPU agenda, bro.
Yeah, I saw Den, you just said the screen keeps going black. Yeah, I noticed it last time. That's what happened to Kev too. So that's got to be YouTube or like Streamlabs connecting to YouTube. So we'll just push through it. But like I was saying, you know, the Logia Awakenings, like the only ones we think we've seen were at Punk Hazard, which was Aokiji and Akainu, but we don't even really have that confirmed. It's like just a pretty safe tentative guess, I would call it. And you know, whenever we've seen the admirals go close to all out, it was Marineford and now at the Reverie, 2 places they can't really go all out, especially if they affect environments permanently. Like, are you really going to turn the main marine base into a lava field, or you know, or turn Marijois into like an ice age? Like, you know what I mean? You can't do that. So I think Oda is purposefully nerfing them a little bit, but at the same time, I feel like the God Knights are almost like the admirals for the world government, right? Because like the admirals are for the Marines, right? So that's the feeling I get, because like if you're God's Knights, like you're the one who settles disputes for the Celestial Dragons and stuff. It gives me the vibe that you got to be absurdly strong. Like whenever Shanks walked in to the Gorosei's meeting room and they said something like since it's you, we'll let you in. Like that feels like something like he's either the son of a god knight or is one, but that'd be kind of crazy. It's almost like they're warlords, but like several tiers above, because warlords are like pirates that went around but came and helped when needed. It's like maybe that's the kind of setup. Is like there's people around the world that are like sanctioned pirates that the world government just never even told anyone about. You know what I mean? Because like they agreed to help or something, or maybe it's even tied to how CP0, what's his name, Guernica, he told Drake, like, I envy you that you're chasing your own sense of justice. Like, it's almost like he doesn't have free will to a degree, and I wonder if that ties in here. Like the God's Knights are essentially warlords who took that next step, like CP0 did, and like, I don't know how they're like so sworn to like not have their own will at this point, like how they're sworn to Emu to this degree. But maybe that's kind of what happens, is they're just warlords that are completely bound to helping, like, but they're obviously way stronger as a result. But like, yeah, I don't know. I get weird vibes from them. That's
okay.
That's mainly it.
You mentioned warlords, and I have a crackpot theory, just tinfoil straight up. Thought it out the straight of my mind just right now. What if these are previous warlords in the whole 7 warlords establishment, right? But they did such a great job, like only a couple of them, like every like decade or 2 or so, right? They did such a good job that they were offered the perpetual youth surgery from the Ope Ope no Mi, and thus by taking it, they become a god knight for the Celestial Dragons.
Prince, I'm gonna work off of that, and this is what I think the God's Knights are. So you were talking about the youth surgery, and we've seen from the Gorosei, like, since the first day we've seen them, they haven't aged once. And don't get me wrong, they already looked old, but there's one in the crew, the younger guy with blonde hair, Sanji's uncle. A lot of people like to call him that.
Right.
And I think these could be warriors that fought with Eam all the way back in the Void Century, because it's headcanon at this point. Everybody thinks Eam got the youth surgery as well. So why not reward your top soldiers from that time with the same thing, and then they'll guard you forever?
Yeah.
You know?
That does make a lot of sense.
And something else I'm kind of thinking of is, and I mentioned this during Kev's stream, I think, or maybe even yours, Prince. I can't remember. I was on all the streams yesterday. But Gonfall from Skypiea is a god that dresses as a knight. Okay, so and Eneru or NL, whatever, he's obviously a parallel to Emu. And these people were opposite sides. Like, they were both gods in a way, but like good and evil, essentially, right? So I wonder if the God's Knights are a parallel to that, because think about, like, if Eneru would have won in Skypiea, then what would Gonfall have done? He either would have died or been forced to join Eneru, right? There's no in between, or get captured forever. But, you know, basically he would be forced to help him, or he would die. There was like no in between. So I think the God Knights could be very similar, where like maybe they were the opposing force, like almost like the Scabbards that fought against Kaido, and Kaido tried to force him to join him. Like, maybe it's kind of like that, where like the Ancient Kingdom lost, and like what if the 9 God Knights are like the rest of Joy Boy's crew, like, you know, the other 9 people in his crew or something, and because they lost, they were somehow forced, like, again, like it could be like CP0 where they literally don't have free will at this point somehow. Maybe like Moria's Shadows or something. But what if those 9 God Knights are literally, like, they were literally called like God's Knights because like they were like Nika's, you know, crew. It was like the way they thought of it. It was obviously Joy Boy, but like he had the Nika fruit.
Yo,
something like that.
Wait, what if a Davy back fight for the crew? Joy Boy's like,
that too.
You set like everyone, like all this like oppression that you're doing, like set everyone free and have like everyone liberated. No Conqueror over the Ancient Kingdom with the 20 kingdoms. That's what I get to gain. Versus if you win, you get to take my entire crew, which is the 9 God Knights. Yep. And thus, the 9 God Knights were Joy Boy's old crew. He loses, obviously, but Eam probably did some trick or some kind of cheating, just like Foxy was doing in Long Ring Law.
And here's the thing. Here's like the real kicker, I think, is you know, Dragon mentioned like when they get mobilized, as if like, you know, like there's like an like there's a specific thing that has to occur or something to trigger them getting activated or for them to like come out and start fighting, which like you know, the Reverie getting attacked seems like a time to pull out the God Knights, but that apparently didn't happen, right? Apparently, at least from what we've seen. So it's kind of like, okay, well, what's like the mechanism by which the freaking God Knights get active? What if they're frozen like Oars was, and they have to like get reawoken at some point, and that's why they've been preserved these entire 900 years?
Bro, the frozen straw hat.
Yep, and that's it. Like, if you go back to like whenever the frozen straw hat, there was like a bunch of chambers. I think we saw like 7, but like it could have been more. Like off panel, it's just like the way it was framed. And like, what if each of them have a God Knight, and like the one with the hat was Joy Boy, and they had to like kill that one? Or what if they didn't want to kill that Joy Boy? They wanted to just freeze him, which like would kill him, but like it's One Piece, so like if you look at the guy in Impel Down, he wasn't dead yet supposedly, who was frozen for like a while. It's like. And I mean, and we saw there's like a lot of examples of it. It could be that like maybe they didn't want to kill Joy Boy so that his will would never return, because if you die, like, you know what I mean, it comes back. But like that's why the hat's frozen. Like Joy Boy was able to die somehow, but like his the rest of his crew didn't, and they've been forced to work. So like maybe Luffy's crew has to literally surpass Joy Boy's crew by beating the 9 Knights.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If the government has not only the admirals, but 9 other fellas who are admiral level, why do we even have pirates? Like, why do they still exist? The Yonko should be nuked.
Because they don't care about the lower realm.
But this is the thing. If you look at the Yonko, all of their goal is to find the One Piece. So them doing that is obviously what Imu and company don't want. So if I'm Imu and I have all this power at my disposal, why am I not wiping them off the face of the map with my 9 admiral level fellas plus my admirals, Kong and whoever? You feel me? I feel like that's just too much firepower. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they were waiting for the world to be thrown in like an entire frenzy for them to be sent out. Because maybe they're like a last resort situation.
That's bad politicking, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
I think I'm more with Crow on the fact that I think it's more you're having maybe a few really powerful and then more on the weaker side, maybe newer ones. I don't think they're all going to be Admiral or Yonko level. I don't think they're going to be that strong. Maybe a few of them, though. Like maybe that one in the front that we saw that looks like Shanks could be one of the strongest ones, the leader. And then we'll see, like, down the list, you'll see more closer to, I don't know, like a CP0 level. I think for the God Knights, like if you look at it, if Dragon's saying, or I think it was Ivanka that said they're gonna go after, they're not specifically, but the world government is going after Sabo as the main target now. So they have to be somewhat strong if they're gonna fight Sabo. Because for me, I got Sabo like Admiral level. So
bro, no fucking way, bro.
No, I do, bro. I do. so at least close. So if they're gonna come in there, if the God Knights are fighting Sabo, if one of them is strong enough to fight him, I think it has to be close to that range, at least one of them. And then if we're talking about like, I forgot who it was. I think it was Zane who mentioned it. But we're talking about them being former warriors and the Godose being former warriors. I have a big video planned, and the entire thing is insane, bro. Like, it's connecting the Godose and the Holy Knights, because if you think about it, the Godose have scars and stuff. Like they also look like they were warriors of the past. So what if so my theory is that if you become a Godose, it's through like years and years of being a Holy Knight, and that's how you're introduced into the 5 Godose. And so I'm thinking like the Holy Knights are basically this little crew underneath the Godose, and one reason they would respect them so much is because they were former warriors as well.
I see the Gorosei as a political faction.
Yeah, I do too.
World government, and then the God's Knights are like the top militaristic faction.
They the brawn. They like the strength.
Like, do you guys think they're celestial dragons that are just strong? Like for instance, like Doflamingo, like how he was a celestial dragon and went on. Like, do you think they're like that, or because that's
I don't think so.
Because that's the hard part for me is like it. You know, having one every once in a while is cool, but they don't seem like the type of people that are going to be producing these like all-star fighters this frequently to have like 9 admiral level people. You know what I'm saying?
They're all inbred.
Right.
If you
Me,
look at what
I
we
think
got-
we know the celestial dragons, or we know the Godase don't look like the typical celestial dragons. So maybe the holy knights are people that are like Greenbow who are so loyal that they want to defend the celestial dragons. Like, you know how Greenbow was so he was so indoctrinated by their whole traditions and by the whole ideology and stuff and their history. So that could be how the holy knights are. They just want to be loyal to the celestial dragons.
Boys, I have a question. Because we're talking about how it's like you preach and Crow were saying that there might be a couple god knights that are like really strong, others not as much, right? But if we have the straw hats facing these god knights and the strong ones are facing the strong straw hats, right? Do you think, like specifically for Zoro, right? Because we know Zoro has to fight Mihawk. Do you think one of these god knights are going to be stronger than Mihawk?
No, sir.
I don't think so either, because Mihawk has to be Zoro's strongest fight in the series, right?
I don't
They
think titles
won't
apply
go
to those
past.
people.
They won't go past admiral level, bro. They
Actually,
won't.
you know, you bring up Zoro, and it's an interesting point because in my video, I was going to talk about how we know there's 9 holy knights, right? So if, let's just say, hypothetically, one of them each went to a different kingdom that's in the revolutionary right now, then maybe one stays in Marijoa, and I think the final one we'll see in the AK right now. And maybe Zoro could fight him, so.
Ooh, okay.
I mean,
Wait, no,
like-
that's actually a good point though, because you bring, you keep one in Marijoa. That's 8 different god knights to disperse to the 8 countries that successfully revolted against the regimes.
And like I said, if the Godas are commanding them, then maybe that's why, you know, they sent one with Saturn, right? He's like his right hand man or something. So just for this mission at least, and then, you know, that's how it turns
So
into
I'd
Zoro
say
versus the
that
Holy Knight.
depends on if Saturn is a host or not.
Isn't
Yeah,
it
it
weird
depends,
that Saturn got mobilized before a God's Night? Which, like, maybe they did and we just haven't seen it. But isn't that weird that Saturn was sent out to Egghead with Kizaru? So an Admiral and a Gorosei and not a God's Night? Like,
That's
how,
wild.
how
you would think
strong
the
do they
God's
have
Night-
to be? There's 9 of them, too. There's more than the Gorosei. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Saturn, I think we talked about it before on OPU, is like Saturn was mobilized more to take care of the Seraphim and take control over
that
that
could be
situation.
true. That could be true.
And that could be hyping the admirals by saying that Kizaru is just enough as a holy knight is to be able to guard Saturn. Hey, I'm just saying, man. Don't
Yeah.
sleep on
Hey.
the admirals.
Hey, real quick, I want to get to a couple super chats because I'm already getting behind. First off, Cameron, thank you for the $2, bro. He said, drop a poll. I'm saying they average Admiral level. I saw that and dropped the poll during the discussion, so I appreciate you. Admiral level is winning right now. I know Kev wanted a tier between YC1 and Admiral. Maybe I should have done that, but some people did vote Pirate King level, so... and then Mr. Bushido with 10 euros. Unfortunately, I can't stay. It's late, but I have a theory for you. Yasop had to abandon his family because he broke a law. I believe he killed a celestial dragon in order to save a baby Usopp who crossed its path. And that actually leads me to a really interesting thought that I had before this, because like how we saw one of the God's Knights look like Shanks, so we were kind of saying, what if that's Shanks' dad? What if the God's Knights aren't just red hair pirates, or like some people are saying that? What if they're not red hair pirates, but it's like a redo of how like the Shanks or like the red haired pirates are like all deadbeat dads? It's like the God's Knights, like the red haired pirates are made of the abandoned children from the God's Knights, I guess is what I'm saying. So like all the God's Knights are somehow parental figures or inspirations or something for the red haired pirates, maybe, and like because Shanks.
Dope stream so far.
Whenever that happens, I don't think they can hear you either. FYI.
Damn, that's crazy. But like and subscribe.
It just blacks
Chet.
out. It's back already.
Chet, let me ask you this: is Sabo? He was trying to
Bro,
fight.
I
he was trying to find
think
Zoro.
it speaks volumes that the revolutionary commanders that are under Sabo are currently fighting the admirals.
Wait. Can I give the best theory on the God's Knights, bro?
Oh, go ahead. Spit.
Higuma is the leader, bro.
I love that whole meme.
Imagine, bro.
It would be. I mean, if his dad was one.
pretty funny.
Yeah, it's just Streamlabs lagging. So it's not. There's nothing I can do. So we'll have to just push through it.
Damn, but
My
we have
mic
the
has
most
been
viewers.
muted, bro. I've been hating on Sabo for so long. My mic been muted this whole time.
Hey, while I got a second, while I'm waiting for this to hopefully work, everyone go subscribe to OPU because they're almost at 1K, and
Yes, sir.
we need to get them there. They definitely deserve it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. I mean, hopefully we're good.
Bro, why do you hate Sabo, bro?
I'm not hating Sabo. No, I don't hate Sabo. I'm just hating on him. There's a difference.
Flame Emperor God. Bro.
There's a
God.
difference.
They worship him like he's Luffy, bro.
There's a
Bro
difference.
hates Whitebeard, bro. He doesn't.
No,
hate
I don't. Hey, yeah, I hate white
Bro,
people. I don't hate
Ivanka,
Sabo.
this chapter in front of Dragon said that Sabo is now the most wanted man, like
Good
in the
job.
world.
I'm just saying that he's not Admiral level because
Yeah.
he
Come
ran
on,
for 2
bro.
hours.
Doing all the dragon
Come on,
work.
This is
Give
my
him
thing right here.
credit.
This is my question. So we gave Sabo assumedly Admiral level because we thought that he fought Green Bull and fucking Fujitora at the same time, which is obviously some bullshit. But y'all fed into it. Even I never bought it. All right, now that we know that this didn't happen, or at least from what we're seeing right now, it didn't happen. How is he still Admiral level?
Because like Prince said it. Morley and Karasu were fighting the Admirals. Not even
They're not-
Sabo's
they
stronger
can't
than them.
fight back. They can't even fight back. So y'all
Doesn't
like they
matter,
whooping
bro.
their ass.
Wait.
It
Also,
does
also,
matter.
I just want to say. Wait, JJ, go ahead, and then I'll speak.
I don't feel like just being able to box with somebody puts them on your level specifically. Like when we did our top 20, top 30 rankings, we were saying a lot of the top 10s is going to be high diff, extreme diff. That still don't mean number 10 is on the level of number 1. And then when you add in all the facts of the celestial dragons threatening the admirals in the background, like y'all gotta calm down. Sabo got something wrong to do.
You know what?
There's no way,
Sabo's gonna
bro.
get Conqueror's Haki, bro. And then when that happens, what do you mean how? Ace had it, Luffy had it, and if we look at the trio that they're compared to is Odin, Whitebeard, and Roger, bro. Like if you're compared to those guys, you gotta
Are
be
we
strong.
sure Whitebeard had Conqueror's Haki?
I'm about to say
Come
maybe
on,
Sabo
dog.
got the Conqueror Haki guy that doesn't use
Oh,
it like
no.
Whitebeard did.
Nah. Let me stop.
But the thing is,
I
this
don't
is
know
the
what's going
second
on.
time. This is the second time, like when the admirals were fighting. Well, it's like mentioned again, like Oda specifically saying that just because they're the admirals and they can't go all out in Marijua, it's still an incredible feat of what they're able to do. It was said in 1054, and it's said here again by CP9, which is now CP0. I
That's
think.
cool, bro. But still, Oda is like he hammered home the point that we just thought that they were holding back. But in this chat, I mean, this one, it's like they couldn't even fight back. As soon as Green Bull tried to fight back, dude was like, "Bro, you gonna get harmed if one of us get hurt." Because you know, all the
reason why I
troops are
say-
like collateral
Why
damage.
why do you think the leakers this week were hyping up the Revos so much? Because they know what Oda's trying to portray this chapter.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
No,
bro.
I think, but the reason why I say it don't matter is because like they still trust in Morley and Karasu to deal with them no matter what, even if there was home court advantage or whatever, bro. It's like you still believed in them to be able to get the job done no matter what the circumstance was.
That's cool.
That shouldn't be.
Congrats.
That shouldn't even be
He
bro,
went in
They
there-
knew that they
These boys
couldn't fight
shouldn't be
back
able
too,
to-
though.
Bro, they weren't there.
bro, they
to
can
defeat
fight
them.
back,
They were
bro.
there
They
to
just
hold
couldn't
them
make too much
back.
destruction.
As soon as
man,
Green
if-
Bull
Fujitora
raised his
wanna
hand
chuck a
to
meteor
fight
down.
back.
That's what that's.
He
can't
didn't
throw a
do it.
meteor down.
That's
That's what I'm saying. But you don't have to fight like that. We know Fujitora can fight in other ways.
We know that
Bro,
admirals
the
are very
Rebels-
dependent on their devil fruits, right? That's this
No,
is how
bro.
they are.
I mean,
The Revos went in there knowing the Admirals were going to be nerfed. That's why
Exactly.
they made that whole
Come on,
plan.
bro.
yeah,
Bro, they
that's true.
did, bro.
That's
Okay,
true.
let me ask you this: how much stronger is Morley than Raizo, bro? Because Raizo got one shotted.
What's bro?
I got
Raizo
Morley
got
over
one
He
Ryzen.
got one shotted.
I got
When the
Morley
last
over
time I thought
Ryzen.
about Raizo.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
got-
So
I got
how
no
much stronger
hesitation.
though?
I think that Morley is a lot stronger than Raizo. If
But
we
how
do
much?
like did for real, Morley. If I had to scale, I don't have much to
Weevil
scale them by.
Weevil
But-
level.
I mean, if we compare them to like a Yonko crew, they should be like Yonko commanders. You know, like
I think that would
they
be
should
YC2 with maybe
Yeah.
Karasu or whatever being the strongest from what we saw. Just Oda just gave him the most
Yeah.
weapons.
I think,
something like that.
Oda made
I'll be right
it pretty
back.
clear that
No
Karasu
problem.
was the strongest for sure.
Yeah, he gave him a lot of
Carson
scenes.
was
Yeah.
cold as hell.
So I
For
think
sure.
that would be. I think that the commanders are like YC2 to YC1 level at the most.
Yeah, like I could see Karasu being like YC1, and then maybe Morley's like YC2, and then I don't know. I mean, Bello Betty and Lindbergh seem to like, like use technology or other people to help them, so it's kind of weird. But
That's different.
Yeah,
They're
it's
commanders, but I
tough
feel like
to-
they're more like a support type.
Like the Frankie and
yeah,
Robin
they're,
type.
they're kind of like Smoothie, where they just chill the whole time. You know what I mean?
Smoothie.
Yo,
Bro,
I feel so bad for
is
Smoothie.
raw, bro. I
Bro.
bet Smoothie is raw.
Hey, real talk. I mean, Smoothie actually does have some pretty decent. I wouldn't call them feats, but like things that if you looked at the way she did it, like wow, if she actually used that in a battle, she'd be deadly. Which is where she like sucked up the water and got like real huge, and then was like like making sword slashes that like went across the sea, like towards the boats. Like, bro, that was crazy. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
many other people that can
nasty,
actually do
bro.
that, but
Yeah, I think she raw for real. We just got to see. I mean, I don't think we're gonna see her, but yeah.
Oh, hey, Vex, not feats, but legs. Yeah. You're right.
A lot of
You're
them
right.
too.
A lot of them.
See, the thing is, with Morley and Karasu fighting a Fujitora and Green Bull, albeit at like a limited level, where does this put Ivankov?
I think Ivankov is stronger than both, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but,
Ivankov, top
Hey,
tier. Like not
all
Yonko, but you know.
Well, I see
I'm
one
saying
plus.
is
Galaxy
Akainu
Wink is
one
Conqueror.
shot that man.
That was filler.
Akainu one shot that man. That's all I'm saying.
That was filler, bro.
Man,
Was it?
Oda, hey, Oda
Hey,
saw it.
It's if we want to go to
Listen.
ring for, I don't know if you want to do that, but it's some things that happen in that.
Hey,
that
hey,
I-
listen, I got two things. Galaxy Wink is Conqueror's Haki, and also
Yes, sir.
Galaxy Wink, Galaxy Fist. Hey,
Same
you
level.
you don't know.
Hey, galaxies, man.
And you never know.
God.
But
Same level.
real quick, I want to just get to this last super chat. Young Usopp super chatted $5. I appreciate you, bro. I watched your review of 1083 earlier, by the way. One God Knight for each top tier crew. For example, Kid, Luffy, Sabo, etc., blocking the route to Marijwa or Emu. These other crews need a force stopping them. And that would actually be really interesting if Shanks or Shanks' dad ends up being a God Knight, because they already beat Kid. So that could already be like a fulfilling prophecy, I guess. But like Law has already lost to Blackbeard, and I really can't see Blackbeard being a God Knight. But like Blackbeard, like his dad or something, being a God Knight, Blackbeard's like that. I don't know. There's a lot of potential there. Like the God Knights, I feel like opened up a whole new Pandora's box of like theories.
That is actually a good idea, bro. Because think about it. If all 9, you got to think of 9 really strong pirates, though, of this era.
Well, think about the worst generation, but like some of them are on the same crew. Like Zoro was with Luffy, Killer's with Kid, and then Blackbeard's one of them. So if he ends up being a God Knight, that would make 9 people other than that would make 9 other crews from the Supernova.
That would be so cool to see.
I'm just thankful
I'm just
for the
saying.
God Knight being able to jump in there, because, as we go through this journey with Luffy, we just see him amassing country upon country and so many different allies that, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that looked at the world government like, what are they going to do to be able to go up against Luffy and the Revolutionary Army? So, getting the Black Horse guy eventually, and now adding on to these Black Knights, I'm pretty sure the more we delve into the Reverie, we'll probably learn about more characters up there that's strong enough. They brought the CP9 guys back just to give them a quick glimpse real quick. I like the fact that we're getting more opposition strength-wise to be able to make this final war what we expect it to be.
Yes, sir.
Fact.
I got an
It's
answer for that,
looking
though.
bad, bro.
It's Akainu, bro. That's the answer
Oh
to
my
that.
god, bro.
Akainu's just
Oh,
chilling,
myself.
stamping papers, bro. He's always complaining about things in his office.
He's a glorified secretary right now.
He's right now desk man. There's nothing more to it. He is desk man.
A desk man that will end an entire country in an instant.
Bro, he got
Yeah.
the Paramecia desk man right now. Dead ass.
Hey, I mean,
he's got-
desk no me.
Oda said he'd find the One Piece in a year if he tried, and he's just not trying.
Yeah, he got the one piece of his desk ready.
Hey,
IKEA desk.
that
God
is
damn,
not
like
to be
He
taken
found one piece of
lightly.
paper. He found one piece of
Yeah.
paper.
Bro,
There
to
you
get
go.
to the One Piece, you need to get through the Yonko. So Oda's basically saying he get through the Yonko in a year.
All right, man.
I think
Hey.
he's telling us that the One Piece is inside the planet and Akainu has the lava fruit, so he could just go in a volcano and go find it.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's what I think. I think it's gonna be a big joke at the end. We're like, oh, it's not because Akainu's strong. It's because the dude is the only guy that can go in lava and not die.
Wait, never mind.
'Cause
Never
he is
mind. I don't want
lava.
that to happen.
Well, let me ask y'all this, right? Speaking of the God Knights, y'all remember when Whitebeard met Shanks and he said, "The scars that God gave me, they thrive when I see you." That's not exactly what he said, but yeah.
Something like
I
that.
think he could have been talking about a God Knight, well, that God Knight that looks like Shanks.
See, I was thinking he
I
was
like
talking
that.
about Roger.
I thought so at first, originally too, but if there is a God Knight that looks exactly like, Shanks, then that could be a cool way to Oda kind of foreshadow, like, no, Whitebeard fought the God Knight, and that's where the scars he was talking about came from.
I mean,
Could be.
yeah, and I mean that could go all the way back to God Valley. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Right, because that's something that I'm thinking is very likely. Like, going back to Prince, I think you said it, where like it could be like the immortal youth surgery. I think there could be something else going on where like they kind of do what Big Mom does, and they just take lifespan and just add it to other people so they don't die. You know what I'm saying? And I think that could be maybe something that was going on at God Valley. Like they were taking a bunch of slaves there because they said there were slaves and celestial dragons there, and it's like, why would that happen? Like, why would they go to a random place together like that? And it's like, what if they were just gonna take the lifespan from all the souls and give it to celestial dragons, Gorosei, whatever? And that's like, you know, like maybe that's where like the God Knights were even made or something. Was that like maybe that's where like the 9 God Knights back then, like the reason why it's called God Valley is maybe because like the God Knights got that extra lifespan or the immortal youth surgery or whatever it is. In order to live forever, and that's actually what the Battle of God Valley was like. It was actually the God Knights, you know, helping out as well, and that's how like Rock's crew actually lost. It wasn't just like, I'm sure Roger and Garp were probably like the main things. Like maybe the God Knights got beaten, and then Roger and Garp had to come save them or something like that. But yeah, I think there could definitely be some tie-in there where like that's where like the God Knights were made, or like they were re-upped on the lifespan or something. I don't know, but yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I agree.
if the God Knights popped out, Roger would have never became Pirate King because he would have been put in the grave that day.
Oh,
We need to
shit.
talk
Why?
about
But he was fighting with them though.
Whitebeard
Oh,
got
he
no
was
diff
fighting
by
with
one
them?
of them.
Probably, yeah. Because what they said, Garb was fighting to protect celestial dragons. So if
Oh,
the
yeah,
God
you're right.
Knights were there, then he would have been fighting with Roger and Garb.
Wait, we
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
We don't know the specifics. That's all I'm saying.
I hope it's
I'm
a
wondering.
chapter.
I was just gonna say, I'm wondering if Rox like went there to go beat the God Knights, because like the God Knights were weak or something for that period of time. I don't know what it was, you know, like because they were re-upping on their lifespan, and maybe he could like interrupt it and take them down or something. And maybe that's what happened. He came and interrupted it. The God Knights couldn't help, and it's like, oh my God, the Rox pirates are here. The Celestial Dragons have no one to defend them, and then that's why Roger and Garp had to step in, and that's why like they're so like they owe Garp so much, and why Garp can do like whatever he wants all the time is because he literally knows that the God Knights exist and everything, and he knows he saved their ass and the world would be over without him, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I
and
love
I
that.
think it's interesting too. Dragon is the one that seems to know more about them. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying like, is he a Marine? Was he a former Marine, or was he connected to that in some way? Like, it seems
Bro,
like he knows way too much.
Someone in
I
the chat
think
said
it
he
was
was an ex-candidate or some ex-God Knight. That would be so cool. If he was a candidate for the God Knight, but he turned it down because of all the like things he figured out about the world government and the celestial dragons and all this stuff, which then led him to say no and then proceed to make the Revolutionary Army. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
See, Ainu's hate for Dragon is what makes me think he was an ex-Marine.
Yeah. Also
That's
Akainu
interesting.
too. I always forget about
Because
Akainu.
why would you have unfounded hate for somebody?
Bro, like
You know,
the amount of
there
hate
has
he
to be
has for
some
Dragon.
backstory there.
Yeah. During
And
Marineford.
Akainu was like about absolute justice. You follow it no matter what it takes, you enact justice. And I think since he saw Dragon betray the Marines, he ended up having a strong hatred from him. Because we haven't seen Akainu hate anybody like he hates Dragon. Like, he's ready to annihilate his son every time he sees him.
Yeah.
So there's something going on there for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely nuts.
I mean, do you think it could be a thing where, you know how Aokiji and Garp have a connection, like from the Marines? What if Akainu and Dragon have a connection? It's like a, you know, Oda's doing a little inversion where, like Aokiji respects and likes Garp even though they're fighting now, right? Because like Oda's still writing it, so they end up clashing or whatever. But it could be that, you know, Aokiji has like respect for Garp and likes him because they had like a positive relationship, but they still have to end up fighting in the end. And then the entire, like, and then on the reverse side, like Akainu and Dragon have a very negative, you know, bad relationship, and they fight at the end. You know, it's like still no matter what they end up fighting their counterparts, but it's like, you know, for different reasons. I think that could definitely be something, because if you also look at Ohara, like Akainu blew up the evacuation ships, right? And I mean Aokiji was there too, obviously, so that's important. But then Dragon went there later with Vegapunk, so it's like, you know, the Dragon has a lot of reason to hate Akainu, even outside of just being an asshole, like leading the world government and just, you know, being a bad dude. It's like directly for Ohara, he would hate him, right, because of what he did to the evacuation ships and everything. So, yeah, I don't know what it is. There's something between them.
Aren't they the same age?
Go ahead, Crow.
I said, aren't they the same age, or is like
Yeah,
1 year
that's
apart?
exactly what I was about to say. They're both 55.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. They probably grew up near each other or something.
Yeah, I think they probably enlisted together and probably rose through the ranks together. But they were like
Suffered the same like wrongdoing in the world, but Dragon looked at it and was like, "Oh, the whole system is wrong. Like the Marines should have been fixing this. Like the Marines are obviously not doing the right thing." And then Akainu looked at it as like, "No, this is just because pirates are evil. Like this isn't." You know, the government isn't going to stop all this. We have to take out the pirates. You know, it's like they each looked at the situation that they saw as children or whatever, and just completely looked at it in opposite ways. Freezes, and so my inputs, which are like into my computer, like it's going into Streamlabs and Discord. I think it just freezes everything.
And then all of a sudden, we just can't talk anymore. Like,
yeah, we're figuring it out. We're getting close, fellas.
Well,
we're starting to not exist.
Yeah, it's definitely YouTube or Streamlabs. Like, there's no doubt.
This stream never existed.
Yeah, I mean we're good. It's been happening to people left and right, so it sucks. But I did just see a super chat from Anthony's crew. I appreciate you. Oh, and I know TJ gifted a membership earlier. I'll get to that in a second, but. Anthony's crew, how do you guys feel about Green Bull having a black blade but never touches it? If he's just a brawler, why even have the sword? It's clearly a black blade.
Okay, let me touch it too.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a black blade. I think that was just shading from the whoever colored it. You know what I'm saying? But I like the Green Bull, Abby. You know what I'm saying? I see you down with the cause. There's not many of us, but we're here and we're strong.
Hey, trust me, he wants no smoke with Mihawk. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think Mihawk won't smoke with him. What, he just bowing to Vice Admirals last week, bro? He's not him, bro.
Come on.
If Helmeppo told him to go out and do something, he would have had to do it. I'm just saying. That was his employer.
Helmeppo?
You wild.
Hey, Helmeppo's gonna have 2 black blades by the end, and Conquerors.
Facts.
Hey.
Bro, the Kukuri blades, both black bladed.
Easy.
Blades and Conquerors.
Easy.
That's why
real quick, hey, big W to Terrible TJ for dropping a couple memberships. I really appreciate you. Let's see, Willa Dreams and Diego Perez. So Mariva, hey, welcome to being a member. Members video coming this weekend. Probably Sunday night, probably. Another $5 super chat from Young Usopp. Thank you, bro. God Knights are led by Kong. Now that's an interesting idea.
Oh.
Yeah. Our Cypher Pole's most powerful fighters, the organization that all of the prodigies of the world government reach. If Lucci stays in Cypher Pole, he'll be one. Now, I gotta say, Young Usopp, before I even respond to like the ideas you said, I love the efficient use of the 150 character limit or whatever for the super chat. That was phenomenal because like I understood it too. Like that sometimes you know it's hard to read, but that was good. Good stuff.
Hey, that's a good theory, bro. Very good theory.
How y'all feel about Monkey D. Kong, bro?
I don't know about Monkey D, but
Garp's brother. You're talking about Garp's brother, right?
Yeah, or father. You know, who knows?
Brother.
oh god. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think is up with Kong? Like, is he even gonna do anything?
I think Oda made him built like a absolute hoss for a reason. That man he's definitely very strong. And he wouldn't be in the position he's in if he wasn't strong. Because if you look at other military positions, such as, Fleet Admiral, the Admiral positions, they all go strength. So why would that change for the highest tier of the military?
And to me, it seemed
saying?
like when Sengoku wanted to resign, and Kong was like, "Well, you can't work. I mean, you may not be Fleet Admiral, but you still working for us." It looked like Sengoku was like, "Hey, yes, sir. Like, no smoke from me." I definitely think the strength is there. I agree, 100%.
Yeah, he probably was the Fleet Admiral back when Garp and Sengoku was coming up, and
Yep.
he got graduated up to you know what I'm saying, lead the God Knights. Who knows?
Yep. Him leading the God Knights makes sense. The only thing I would say is that he, is like the head of the Marines, like not the head anymore, but whatever he is, commander in chief or whatever. But it's like the Marines specifically, and it's like, is it really that like once you get high enough in the Marines and you're there long enough, then you lead the God Knights, which are like celestial dragons? Like, it seems weird that he would, unless he is a celestial dragon or something. Which, like, I guess we don't know enough about the God Knights really, but. It's a weird situation.
We don't know enough. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
We know shadows and you're mentioned in 1054 in this chapter. That's it.
Yep.
And
That's
him
all
was-
we got.
One guy with a sword. That's it.
Yeah, one guy with a sword that kind of looks like Shanks. That's literally all we have. But these many theories. That's why I love the OP community, bro. Because we can make this much like predictions, information, or like even like some kind of observations just off of figurines that Oda gives us, which is wild.
I also want to bring up an idea that I've heard in the chat a few times, that all of them are going to have the rest of the like supreme grade swords, because there's 9 of them and there's 9 more. I will say it would be a little crazy for Oda to dump that many at once. Like, I'm cool with like 2 or 3, but it's like, I don't know, all 9. Like, I don't like. It would almost be like, it would feel like he like didn't have any other ideas or something, or like he didn't have time to extrapolate. So he's like, I'm just gonna throw them all in at once and just that's it. So I hope it's just a couple, and then because like I also think there's a good reason to think that like all the supreme grade swords aren't in use. Like, some are buried with their users, kind of like Shusui is now, which is like the middle tier, the great grade or whatever, right? The 21. So I don't think all 12 are in use, but at least one. If there's not at least one, that's wrong. That's a missed opportunity. So I feel like at least one is almost a guarantee.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the reason that one specific guy got his shown, just to be just as like foreshadowing, like, watch for that blade. Yes, sir.
I'm thinking that the guy in the Gorosei has to have one of the supreme grade ones.
The Shodai Kitetsu.
Yeah,
I think he has to.
I think it has to be.
If he doesn't, that's gonna actually hurt me, because that's just like such an obvious to me.
It's
like
built just like the other Kitetsu blades.
Yep.
Yeah.
Has the same hilt, but it's like a wooden sheath, which is like so cool to me because it makes it feel like it's really old. You know what I mean? Real quick, Anthony's crew said, nah, it's clearly a black blade. Go back and re-look at it. Okay. Cut that shading crap. Green Bull has the mentality of a conqueror. Put respect on his name. Hey, I love the energy, bro. You got a response, Crow?
Bro, this dude is you on steroids, man. You got to step it up.
I don't know if I'm that strong for Green Bull. Don't get me wrong. He called him Greenbeard out here because he beat Weevil, who is equal to a young Whitebeard.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, bro.
We're not starting this again.
If it's a black blade, I won't complain, I promise you. But I just don't see it, bro. I don't know. I wouldn't be mad.
What I'll say is, I wonder if it's a cursed blade and using it does something like, maybe it's like Enma, which I know Enma isn't cursed, but Enma acts like what you would imagine a cursed blade was, but it's technically not one. But you know what I mean? Maybe it acts like Enma, where whenever he touches it, he gets like overwhelmed with Haki or something. And like we've seen, if you have like a lot of Haki, like if you imbue a lot into yourself or whatever, devil fruits get canceled or whatever, right? Like the powers. And so what if, like, if Zoro had a devil fruit whenever he was like training with Enma or whatever, like during the king fight, like when he was trying to use Enma and like he was outputting all his Haki, like I feel like that would make it hard for him to use a theoretical fruit that he would have, because he's so focused on, you know, the sword in general, but there's also so much Haki going on, which may stop devil fruit powers from working sometimes. So I almost wonder if he only uses it occasionally, you know, when like he tries to just use his fruit, but then he has to use the sword separately almost, because it's like so hard or taxing to use both, if it is that way. Which if it's a black blade, you know, I mean, that would tell me it's a really powerful sword, so it's possible. You know, it's been through a lot of fights, so I could see something like that.
I'm looking back at Green Bull right now, and it's under his cape, so it's most likely shading by Oda.
I mean, look. Apparently, somebody don't want to hear that. So you know.
Well, wait. What wouldn't it be in its sheath anyway? Like you couldn't see the actual blade, right?
It's not sheath. It's just.
Oh, it's just sitting.
Yeah,
out. Yeah,
it's just out.
Oh, hey, if it's black, hey.
I mean, that's
Anthony
the
might be
agenda.
cooking. He might be cooking.
That's the agenda, man.
Hey, our boy Cameron super chatted $2. If Green Bull has Conquerors, Frankie has Conquerors.
Oh man,
Yes,
it doesn't
sir.
work like that. It don't work like that, bro.
I'm gonna be real. I think every Straw Hat will have Conquerors at the end.
I just
Oh.
Chopper, man.
That was you that said that. We were just talking about that on the last stream. I was
yeah,
like,
we
who-
sure
somebody
will.
It's gonna
mentioned
be
that.
all of them. It's gonna be. It's just gonna be. It's just. I feel like that's what Oda's setting up for.
Ooh, okay.
Man,
I
Because
mean,
they-
I personally don't think
Brooke
so,
has
but like it would be
Conqueror.
kind of weird to see.
I think it's coming.
What'd you say, JJ?
I said, how can you explain Brooke having conquerors? I just need somebody to help me with that.
I just
one.
wanted Prince to hear that.
Hey.
And Chopper,
Oh,
too.
hey, no, but it can be different kinds of conquerors, right? Because like, for instance, like, is Brook gonna have like imbued conquerors into his sword to be able to do like no contact attacks? No, like not that. But he's like a soul conqueror, right? And so could there be something where he's able, like I brought up before, and unfortunately this was wrong, but if he ended up fighting Vasco Shot, who had some kind of soul or ectoplasm fruit, something to do with the underworld, which like. He has the sake fruit, which I think is going to connect to Bink's sake, so that's a whole other thing. But basically, if Brook's ever in a situation where souls are involved, it could be that his Conqueror's Haki, like imagine if he was, this would be an awesome situation. I doubt it's going to happen, but what if Brook was in the underworld and all the souls are about to escape and he flexed his Conquerors so they all went back into the underworld, so like they didn't escape and like, you know, there weren't like zombies or whatever, like something like that where it's like he has Conquerors. But it's not like he's imbuing it into his attacks, right? And then maybe Nami's Conquerors lets her literally change the weather, right? Like that's what I'm imagining is like their version of Conqueror's Hakis will be like not the battle kind that Luffy has. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be able to use it in other instances because like Usopp, for example, his observation Haki is something that we've never seen anyone else do. So like we already kind of see how the Straw Hats are like getting, you know, their own kinds of abilities or whatever that, you know, are special to them, I guess. So
All I'm saying is there's a dude called Soul King and he's not a conqueror. That don't make no sense.
there you go. Thank you. Ronald Jackson won. Preaching.
But that's a cute.
Yeah, it's a nice little epithet, I guess, man. But it's only one more Straw Hat that's gonna be a conqueror, and his name is Black Lady.
Frankie.
Well, that's a guarantee. The
Nami
cock
will
king.
get it first.
Nami before Sanji, bro. Come
And
on.
Jinbei before Sanji.
Damn.
Bro, don't forget Usopp before Sanji.
Yeah, and they asked me why
Usopp
we
before
talk about
Sanji's
that.
legit. I would.
No, it's man.
I
Come on.
I
on,
love
man.
Sanji, but I would actually be cool in Elbaf.
No, bro. Look,
Yeah.
let me tell you,
I don't know.
the same way we was doing.
I'm kind of trolling with the Nami
Wano-
one, but I can't see Usopp getting conquerors, bro.
The
His
same thing.
mentality is
Oh, it's
too
happening.
weak.
Listen,
Nami already
Bro,
has
this make me
Conqueror.
dull.
Usopp's
Right.
Conquerors is gonna let him turn like you know his 5-ton hammer that's just like 2 frying pans. His Conquerors is gonna make it so it actually feels like a 5-ton hammer. Like that's like something like that is
Just like-
definitely gonna be what Usopp does. I also think Usopp's gonna be able to like change the trajectory of his shot afterwards so it can like follow people, and that's how he's gonna beat Van Augur. But that's a whole other
Okay.
To me, it's
discussion.
just like we look at the list of Conqueror Haki users, And then I see Usopp, like he just does not fit alongside those characters, man.
Might as well not even be no fucking list no more. Everybody can get it.
Like, the closest
Oprah
is Chin
putting
Zhao.
out Conqueror is like,
Yeah,
stop hating on
Chin
Chin Zhao. Why are we
Come on, bro. Don Chin Zhao, bro.
Doing this?
Bro, Chin Zhao. Oh,
Chin
Chin
Zhao top 1 all time, bro.
Yeah,
It's
he
not
made
hating on
Garp
Chin
trade.
Zhao.
Bro, he had a permanent injury from one punch.
Garp.
Hey man, if you mad enough, if one dude make you mad enough to want to kill his kid and his kid's kid, I'm alright with you, man.
Listen, if we talk about who don't need to be conquerors, I'm taking Chin Zhao before I get Katakuri.
Come on, bro.
Boom.
That don't even make any
That's
sense.
all Luffy.
I don't care who you
Chin
are.
Zhao was actually chasing
bro.
something. What is
Chin
Cat
Zhao
chasing?
That's true.
Cat is a
That's
bomb,
true.
brother.
He's not a bum, bro. Come
Here,
on, bro.
I'm putting this to a poll if Usopp's getting conquers.
Do that.
I'm just saying. Like, if we compare to the other conquerors, I just
He's
can't see
gonna be a
Usopp in
brave
that
warrior of
group.
the sea, bro.
I'm saying, like, what does
I mean,
Cat
that's
do,
nice. That's
bro?
fine, but it's just like the conquerors are just built different, man. From
I
what
do
we've
want
seen
him to
so
be a
far.
conqueror, but I do want him to have that future sight, though. I want him to have future sight.
I think when we was talking about him having the only Haki, we saw that the only observation Haki. I think Fujitora had something similar to that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and even bro, what was the girl from Skypiea?
Isa. Isa.
young girl.
But she has some crazy observation
Yep.
feats.
I think she's the girl who can control Uranus, actually. Or if not, it'll be like a Momo-esque thing where like Momo controls Zunisha to release Pluton. It'll be something like that, like some kind of weird connection. Because it's also weird, speaking of her observation Haki, Enel's and hers wouldn't work if you were inside of the snake. Like Nola. Like
That is weird, yeah.
Enel couldn't detect people who were in the snake, and Isa couldn't detect anyone outside the snake. So that's all. Whenever I had a Uranus theory that brought up like how that snake is connected, and that's one of the things that really stands out because it's like remember in Fishman Island when Luffy hid in like the whale or like in the shark thing or whatever, and then like punched Hody like right when he jumped out. I think it's kind of like that. Like maybe the snake's gonna be used for espionage or something because like you can't detect people inside of it. But I don't know where you're going with Isa. But
Oh man, that's dope though, bro.
yeah, I'm real high on Nola and Skypiea. I'm actually working on a Nolan video right now, as a matter of fact.
If it's good, I might actually watch it, man. Who knows?
Oh, it disappeared on stream.
Nah, let me stop.
Hey. Okay, hold on. Okay,
Somebody
I'm good. I
explain to me
disappeared
why
for a
Sabo felt the need to kill Cobra for standing over that man's body like that.
Bro, that
He was
actually had me
protecting him, bro.
surprised.
I'm not gonna lie, they had him in 4K.
That actually had me surprised.
Who took that
I
picture,
think,
bro?
I think he was trying to go over and trying to help him out.
I think so
He
too.
looked unashamed, man. He's like, yeah, I did it. I'll do it again.
He looks like he is the most guilty person I've seen in my life.
Yeah,
On that picture, bro.
it
I
is
can't
a weird
blame
picture.
for sweating.
Man, we know Jupiter took that man out. Let's quit playing.
Maybe somebody with the sword. That's what you think of Jupiter is?
I'm thinking that's Mars. I think the guy with the sword is Mars.
Then my
I'm
boy Sabo
thinking-
was like, yeah, I killed him, but some things had to be done for the necessary of us moving forward. Like,
Hey, it's funny, man. They got Buddy up there. Like, I'm talking about on candid camera, bro.
Wait,
I love about Sabo though. I love how he's kind of like the opposite of Luffy, where Luffy doesn't want to be a hero, and Sabo he has that same mindset. Like deep down, he wants to be a pirate, but at the end of the day, he's gonna take if they're gonna make him a hero and that's what's necessary, he'll take that if it furthers the revolution.
I
Which is
like
honestly a
Sabo,
good
man.
thing.
I ain't gonna lie. See, this is another thing that's kind of getting out of hand. People think I don't like Sabo. I just don't think he's Admiral level. I like Whitebeard too. I just don't think he's as strong as Roger and Garp. I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't
You're wrong,
believe
bro.
in these titles, man.
they're relative for sure.
you're wrong, Crow.
Hey, relative, but he's number 3.
He's definitely number 3 out of that trio for sure.
And we already know who number 1 is. And that
Big
might
God.
be Big God being number 1 leads me to my next agenda, and this one might be a little nasty, y'all.
Oh, God.
Okay, what's that?
Do we need the future sight sound effect for this one?
Yeah, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know if we can cross over, but
I actually have it. I don't have it like at my disposal right now, but I do have the sound effect like on my computer somewhere.
I mean, I have my soundboard, so wait, hold on. Let me see if I can.
I can get it. I can get. Hold on. I can get it. Give me a second.
No,
It's
y'all
gonna be a
gonna hate
nasty
this. Y'all
prediction.
gonna hate this one, y'all,
Oh
for sure.
my
No,
God.
Yeah.
Random Whitebeard for no reason.
It ain't got nothing to do with Whitebeard, I promise
All
you.
right.
Oh man, where's it at? Hold on.
Hey, if you can't get it, Doc, I got it ready.
Oh. Hold on. Should have played. I think it's on loop.
Break
Hold on.
that print.
All right, let me try this.
Hold on.
Oh, I heard that.
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. And 10 years down the line, not at the direct end of series, but let's say 10 years down the line,
Two piece.
Kobe will be stronger than Luffy.
No.
If Luffy dies at like 25 and Kobe gets to be like 50 plus.
Wait,
you know?
No.
Hold
That
on,
might be
hold
the
on, hold
worst take I ever heard.
Dude, Doc,
That actually might be the worst One Piece take I ever heard.
Hey, how do you mute people on Discord? Hold
No.
on.
I got this.
You gotta be trolling, Crow.
Hold on,
I'm
hold
not
on, I got
trolling,
this.
bro.
You
I
are
got this, I got
trolling.
Let me use the sound real quick.
Gotta be trolling.
Nah, bro.
No,
Oh, I love it. I love it, bro. That's dope.
Think about it like this, bro.
Come here, bro.
Luffy is Roger's better in
Bro.
every way. He has he has a devil fruit.
Like
Bro.
dead ass. Oh,
He has a devil fruit
That's
that is a
Luffy.
god fruit. He has the highest tier Haki on the planet.
He's got monkey D jeans.
He's got monkey D jeans.
Like, bro, come on, bro. Kobe.
That's cute. That's cool.
Oh,
I like it. It's cool just to hear about it.
So how is
What devil fruit would Kobe needs is
He don't need no devil fruit. He gonna have Haki. Haki rules the
Yeah.
season. When he unlocks his Conqueror's Haki.
Bro,
it's over
Kobe's
with.
Haki is never coming close to Luffy's, man.
No,
not
sir.
even-
What does Haki plus an OP devil fruit equal? OP Haki with an OP devil fruit.
I mean, that's what Whitebeard had, and he's still number. You know, he was still a bomb. So
But he's no Luffy.
Luffy is gonna be better than Whitebeard, but Kobe's
Yeah.
gonna be him, bro.
No, it, bro. Come on, bro.
Listen, his growth rate is already better than Luffy's. If we being
No,
for
it's
real.
not.
Yes, it is, bro. Look, think about it. We started at the beginning of this series. Kobe was a chump. He was
Luffy-
pudgy. You know, he was nothing.
Kobe
He
has
couldn't
zero
beat
feet.
Alvida.
Bro,
He
what
could
has
be
Kobe
Alvida.
done?
Listen,
What is Kobe done?
He redirected a torpedo.
Luffy is a Yonko at like 19.
that's cool, but listen,
Bro,
I'm
him
talking
up.
considering where they came from, where they started from. If Luffy started at 1 at the beginning of the series, Kobe was like negative 500, right? So to come where he has come this fast over the course of 2 years, give my dog 10 more years, he will be stronger than Luffy. That's all I'm
See, but
saying.
the thing is, like,
Hell no.
if
Yeah,
we
man, bro,
look at-
listen. When
You
I
give him
can't,
100 years
when-
and never pass Luffy.
hey, look, I can go learn to shoot layups pretty quick and like free throws, but like if you want me to start getting good like in a game and like shooting threes over people and stuff, that takes years and years and years. So
That's
like,
facts,
so
bro.
Kobe went and learned how to do layups and shoot free throws, which is
Nah.
good.
Layups.
That's great. That's and you need that. Fundamentals are good, but
He's got
but
no
look-
game,
but,
bro.
but Luffy's out there playing in the finals, you know, getting finals MVP, and Kobe's just now getting in the
Yeah.
playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
What
Yeah,
has
That's
Kobe
the
done?
difference.
And Luffy's
Kobe's
not-
not
he
got
got
no
nowhere
bracket.
near-
Kobe hasn't
Luffy
fought anybody.
nowhere
Luffy has
near his
so much
body.
fighting experience his whole life.
Bro, Luffy gets swept by everybody he fight against, man.
The only person that Kobe's for
what
sure
is going
beaten
on right
is Helmeppo.
bro,
Bruh.
we're literally
sorry, bro.
no. This is like
I know you
comparing a
love Kobe
6 Man of the
Cole,
Year
but-
candidate
Hey,
to a 4-time MVP. Like
Is Luffy really a
it's
4-time
levels to
MVP?
this.
Is he
Kobe
really?
doesn't even have
3
arm
times.
jockey.
He could
Hey.
be 6-time.
I only got one thing to say. Big shout out to 3-Day for dropping the 5 memberships. I appreciate you.
100%.
That's a huge W. Shout out to all the
3-Day
new
to go.
members. Oh, I see a cube of the red C, like the letter C got one. Is that like your alt account cube? That's dope. If that is, that's
Yeah,
funny.
that's not the one that we see.
You're right. Yeah, that's funny though. Yeah, Crow knows a thing or two about the alt accounts, but
Oh,
man.
man.
Crow,
Bro,
I was checking out your
Kobe
channel
is gonna be
earlier, bro.
Joy boy.
You checked out my channel?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
The fighting game review or whatever that was, I don't know what the game is, but I only saw
Def
it for a little
Jam?
bit. Yeah, it was Def Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny, bro. That was real funny.
Yeah.
But
Hey, man, I be trying to cook a little bit.
yeah, I can't wait to see what comes out on the alt accounts, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be some
Bro,
nasty.
gotta get all-
pushing out.
Oh my, bro.
Get all of them to 1K, bro.
You might be cooking on your channel, but you're not cooking right here, bro.
Bro, I'm cooking, bro.
No,
Not
you-
cooking- no, bro.
Dude, you're cooking Wagyu in the microwave right now, Crow.
All right, man,
especially
look,
with that
Kobe
Kobe
over
take.
Joy Boy is horrendous, bro. It's like, oh
Bro,
my
listen.
goodness.
see y'all pulling that Joy Boy title out. What did the last Joy Boy do? He lost, bro. I mean, I'm not too stuck on that title. You feel me? He had to write an apology letter.
It lost.
Bro, you talking
Yeah.
about titles?
Are
Bro,
we
what-
talking
what-
smack about
what,
Joy Boy
what
right
title
now?
does Kobe have right now, other than
Hero.
Hero?
Other than, he got to take one away, man. Other
Bro,
than
that's the
where's-
most
okay,
generic
hold on,
ass
bro.
title
Where-
Oh
ever.
my god, bro.
Where's
Who
the
else got
first Joy Boy in your all-time list?
where is he? I don't
Joy
think
Boy?
he's on the list.
The
If
first one,
he-
the
if he-
original Joy Boy.
If he's not
Where's he in
two,
your all-time?
if he's not 2 or 1,
He has to be top
I'm,
3, right?
I'm
Okay,
crying.
how does?
What I'm
All right,
saying-
all right.
And I'm saying, my point is that Luffy is going to surpass the previous Joy Boy, and you're saying that Kobe will surpass both.
Yeah,
It's just so ridiculous, bro.
he's gonna
Bro.
pass the previous Joy Boy and
Hey.
Garp.
Hey,
Oh
Birch
my-
brought up Birch brought a good.
He's not surpassing Garp.
Hey, Birch brought up a good point. Kobe, the Cavs GM. I got more money on that guy. Like, I love Kobe, but hey, he has a better chance of getting a title than Kobe in the story. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
hero of
I
the
love
Marines.
Kobe, but he's not getting the title. He's not getting number 1 in the verse. It's not.
Garbage to go, bro. Like
Garp was number 1, and Kobe will follow suit. Y'all gonna see it, bro.
no, bro.
Kobe will be a
Nah.
top tier, but he ain't beating Luffy.
He'll be
this
like an
hurts.
admiral level. It won't be.
I need
Garp
Luffy
level.
to show me he can
That's-
beat somebody
Kobe-
without losing 7
I'll
times.
be right back, boys. My bad.
No problem. No problem. I mean, I'm
Who has
down for
Kobe?
Kobe to get a Kainu level. I'm down for that. A Kainu
He's gonna
like
be
at the very
passed.
end.
That's
He might
that's
get
not
that.
even
He
a
might get
question.
that.
Yeah.
That's not even a question. He's gonna be
He
stronger
might
than
get that.
Kainu. He better already. Now let me stop. But no, he's definitely gonna get that.
No, hold on. What are you about to say?
He was about to say he already started.
He's already at a kind of level.
Nah, that's
No,
crazy.
that's not what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yes, you were.
Okay.
You just stopped yourself before you sounded too.
Oh my God, bro.
Kobe hasn't even fought Boa. He hasn't fought nobody in the series.
Oh, y'all
Luffy-
letting Blackbeard pulled up because it was about to get real nice for Bo if Kobe would have had to, do his thing, bro.
Kobe
Sean
doesn't
Greatly
have conquer his hockey.
He don't get it. He don't.
Oh my god,
Man,
That's the thing. He's already a hero with no conquerors.
Who cares, bro? Luffy's been a hero since the first chapters.
But who did he save? A
We
dog.
saved
Kobe.
six
Kobe.
countries.
He saved
He saved
Kobe.
Kobe.
Six
Saved
different
Kobe.
countries.
Yeah, y'all
bro.
talking about
Without
since
Luffy-
the first chapter. Kobe was out here boxing on Hachinosu. This man was in Alabasta fighting crocodile bum man.
Bro, who did Kobe box
crazy,
in Hachinosu?
Man,
Hey.
wait till the flashback come out. That's
Hey,
all.
hey, wait, hold on. Hey, wait, Crow. You know how you're talking about how much better Kobe got real quick, like from the start, and then after like a month or whatever with Garp, he got way stronger. Bro, he went and tried to fight Luffy and got 0 diff, like negative diffed, like
He's still-
immediately
he's still
after
catching up.
Annie's
He's still
lobby.
catching up.
Like even
still
after
catching up.
even after the bulk of the growth, he still got.
Time
And-
skip.
He would still get one shot.
And I know ranks aren't everything in the Marines, but this man is like several ranks below Vice Admiral. So like I love Kobe, but I just.
Y'all
Come
talking
on.
about now, bro. I'm talking about 10 years down the line.
But that's just what I'm saying. It's
matter,
like he's
bro.
so like
Doesn't matter.
he has so far to go, and even then, like the admirals and all the stuff that we've seen are going to be weaker than Luffy by the end. So it's just like, how is Kobe going to get stronger than everyone in the Marines and the guy who's going to beat all the Marines? Like I just,
I'm gonna just be honest, bro. I don't think Kobe will ever be able to beat a Yonko.
What?
Never.
I
With it.
yeah, I think
He won't, bro.
I-
The only
okay,
one
okay,
maybe
okay.
is Big Mom. That's the only one. But even her, I would still take Big Mom.
If
Big
we're,
Mama's the tank, boy.
we're trying to, all right, we're trying to see where Kobe will possibly be, and you're saying he won't be stronger than Big Mom and Kaido in their prime.
Absolutely not.
He's gonna be stronger. Than
Absolutely not.
I'm looking at Garp and I'm looking at Kobe. That's all I need to say.
But bro, Kobe is not Garp.
maybe
What, like, you don't get
I
that?
mean,
He doesn't act like him. He doesn't. He's not built like him, bro. He's just not Garp.
He's gonna
You
be
can say he
He's
trained
not
him.
him.
He's not him, bro. Like Garp is the
He's
goat
not
of the
that guy.
Marines.
Wait. Hey,
Man,
get,
God,
off,
just
my boy,
told-
get off my boy Kobe.
Garp just told y'all.
No,
if you
bro.
Bro, we're
Kobe-
talking about
no, Kobe's
we're talking
goated,
about
but he's
Kobe
gotta be
being
realistic
better
here.
than Joy Boy. Like Luffy
Yeah,
come
and the
on,
story.
bro.
It's
I
just
was saying this Joy Boy title ain't what it's caked up to be.
Yes,
bro.
it is.
hey,
He's
like
a
I
god,
said,
bro.
bro, if your argument was that Luffy's gonna die at like 23 years old and Kobe
know,
will
I
get to
don't
be till
think
like
that.
Kobe will get a devil fruit and get to keep training till he's 50 plus, But then maybe
Maybe he catches Roger's disease or something. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because
Luffy
Luffy had to
is
stop
going
early.
to
But if we're talking they both get to live, a full life, there is a 0% chance that Kobe catches up. There's
0.
Luffy's gonna keep getting
I
stronger.
have one question.
0.
How would Kobe compete with Gear 5? That's just the only question.
It's
I
not
have.
possible.
I have one answer.
Okay.
Okay,
Luffy
well,
has-
good thing Luffy
Luffy
has
has Haki.
weaponized
Bro,
Conquerors.
Hey, Gal was saying in the chat that Kobe is Momo tier. I think Momo beats him. I'm not gonna lie.
that's too far.
that-
No, I
wait,
genuinely
wait,
think
wait,
Momo
wait.
beats him.
We're not finna
So
hate
we'll
on
come
Momo, bro.
Yeah,
Prime
yeah.
Momo, Prime Momo is gonna be that dude. bro.
Different. Prime Momo's
They're
gonna
gonna
be
be
Prime
different.
Momo.
gonna be
Yeah.
harder than
Which,
Kobe,
by the way,
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He might be, bro.
No, you definitely will.
He actually
bro.
might be, bro.
Idol's fruit, Odin's lineage.
Yeah, he has
bro.
the best fruit.
Odin, that's
Hey,
something to brag about.
Oh my
That
if
is
Momo,
oh my God.
if Momo gets 2 or 3 weeks to train in his new body, I might take Momo. Like just
Bro,
Man, y'all wild,
because
bro.
he
I take
can't
Momo right
because
now.
all he can do is be in the dragon and he's still kind of a klutz. Like he just did his first Boro breath, so I just think Kobe's would be just like more sound in his like fight style. You know what I mean? Because Momo's still kind of like learning. But that's why I said if you just give him a couple weeks just to get used to it, it would be hard to not
For
take him.
years, too. Kobe had
Well,
years of training.
Bruh.
The second that Momo learns Advanced Conquerors Haki, he's top 5 in the verse.
It's not gonna happen, brother. All right?
That might happen.
Oh, it's
No,
happening.
it
It's
definitely
happening.
could happen.
It's happening.
He was
definitely-
8
Bro,
years old and
we-
standing up to Kaido.
He's
Bro,
gonna be the next Sukiyaki. He's not gonna be the next Odin.
I think Oda
Sukiyaki's
has.
a bum. Please don't
No,
compare.
bro.
Yeah,
Momo.
for
Don't
sure.
even compare.
I think Oda is clearly setting up a connection between Momo and Zoro, where like how Zoro learned his swordsmanship from Koshiro and Kuina and all that stuff throughout time. Momo's learning from Zoro. Like all those experiences that Zoro had as a kid at the dojo. That's what Momo's getting from Zoro, right? Because Zoro, like, he was training him like in the forest or whatever, and he taught him the Tsunachi thing and whatever. And you can even go as far to say that like, Momo's gonna have the other Odin sword, the Ame no Habakiri, right? So that's one of Odin's swords. And I brought this up in one of my videos where the Nidai Katetsu is still in Wano, and Zoro has the Sandai Katetsu, and for some reason Oda didn't even let Zoro touch it, right? Like Luffy had it for a while. So I think Momo's going to end up having 2 swords like Odin, and it's going to be the Nidai Katetsu and the Ame no Habakiri, so that way him and Zoro have like sister swords essentially. You know what I mean? Like they're like pairs. It's like double pairs. And I think what Oda's setting up is that throughout the story we're going to see Momo get like a little bit better with swordsmanship, a little bit better, and probably by the end he'll be able to like make his blades black and stuff because he learned from Zoro. So it's like Zoro passed down what he learned from the dojo and from Mihawk and all that to Momo, and I think that would just be a really cool thing for the story because like the world's strongest swordsman taught Zoro, and then if Zoro becomes the world's strongest swordsman, it would just be cool if he taught Momo, and Momo was like a beast by the very end too.
That's
Dude,
beautiful.
that
I
would be
would
beautiful.
love that.
Dow in the chat is cracking me up, bro. He says Sukiyaki playing with his Barbies right now.
Oh my god, bro. Cooking.
Hey,
Yo.
Carl, no, hold on, bro. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Are you trolling
Am I trolling about what?
the Kobe take?
Some of the things I said were trolls, yes, because when y'all bring up an argument, I have to troll that character. But do I think that Kobe will be stronger than Luffy at the end of the series? Let's say 10 years down the line, I think he'll be equal to him.
Oh my god.
You got any more? You got any more takes?
Who, me?
Any more. Any more.
Oh man.
Remember, y'all, this is the guy who likes Green Bull. This same guy who's saying Kobe would
What's
be
wrong with
stronger.
liking Green Bull, bro?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh my god.
Now this is, and I wanted to get to that. Thank you.
Green beard.
We got some. It was some nasty
Oh,
agendas from these leakers this week, bro.
I heard.
I know everybody doesn't read the leaks, so y'all don't know the roller coaster we go through.
It's wild.
The first fucking leak said that Sabo one-shotted Fujitora and Green Bull got stabbed
my
and knocked
God.
out by Morley. I was like, bruh.
Yo,
I was
Bro,
sweating.
we're sweating.
bro,
that-
you better
Bro, that
pray
is-
for Green
That
Bull.
is agenda piece at its top tier.
Bruh,
Holy
I was
shit.
sweating. I had to send him the. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Boy, that group chat had us on the ropes. That's all I'm
But they
saying.
was killing us. Like they was literally killing us. Then I had to send him the preacher. He was like, "Bro, you better pray that Green Bull stuff ain't real." I said, "Bro, I just got to keep faith. There's no way."
Hey, and I was with you on that one because that's too far.
Mhm.
That one was going.
And that's kind of like the
every week.
wait. Remember, didn't they say like Sanji broke his leg against the Seraphim or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Bro,
come
it's
on.
like
Bro.
they took every single character that Crow likes and just the opposite of what
That's so
the
funny.
chapter is.
Hey,
But they
That's
was killing. Then they said Sabo was 1v2 in them at first. I was like, bruh, he might really be Admiral Lim. I ain't gonna lie, I was starting to come.
I mean, didn't we see Sabo and Fujitora clash? Which, like, I know that's like not everything, but
I think
he's got to be
Fuji's the
close
weakest
already.
admiral.
That's
I think
all.
he's close.
Yeah.
I think he's close for sure, but I think Fuji is the weakest admiral though. Because I mean, just looking at like the bird cage, like, come on, bro.
Fuji is only the weakest because of his mindset.
I
he's
agree.
nice.
I agree.
Nice.
I agree.
That's
He doesn't
the
want to.
only reason.
He won't hurt civilians or anything, and he's the man who can bring meteors and destroy everyone if he wants. So I agree. He's too nice.
But
And that's why
but
Kobe.
physically-
That's why Kobe's not guard. His mindset.
Man, what you mean?
Hey,
Kobe would
hey.
have got the ball.
Hey,
that
real quick.
doesn't- that-
Hey, speaking of Kobe, we just got a super chat from Cameron. I just want to. It's about Kobe. So super chat at $2. Kobe is stronger than Sanji right now. Oda confirmed.
What are you waffling about?
What?
What are you talking about? I saw that. I wanted this. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
No, bro, Crow, don't say what you started this, man.
Hey,
At the end of the
listen,
series, yeah.
Nah,
when
hey,
you-
no, Cameron knows
I'm
that you
an
like
infamous-
Sanji. That's why he donated.
I
that.
know, like, what
Yep.
are you talking about,
I'm
bro?
an infamous Sanji hater, bro. But I'm sorry, bro. He gets atomized by
He is
E3.
one shot.
He gets atomized by E3, bro.
Hey,
Like
hey,
every other admiral.
hey, OPU is gonna have a Zoro versus Sanji stream at 1K, right? That's
Yeah,
Yes,
we gotta
sir.
get to 1K
Everyone.
subs, and we're having probably the big, like, we're calling it the biggest, but we're hoping it to be
Bro.
like the biggest Zoro Sanji debate, and it's about everything possible.
Yeah, it's
We're
not
talking
about-
not
yeah.
just power scaling, literally everything. We're, like, even who can pull more hoes. Like it's
Oh
that
my
level
God.
of
Bro, you
deep.
know what?
Bro,
It's crazy.
please,
Like,
please.
Crow is saying these crazy takes right now, but I'm telling you, because I want to
What
get
the
Wizard of
crazy?
Wars on there. This dude is a Sanji stan, man. Like
Bro,
he
what did I say that was crazy?
Oh, come on, bro. Kobe over there.
Wait,
Kobe
why
over
are we
Joy
acting
Boy.
Like,
Man,
why are we acting like Sanji and Zoro have equivalent? Sanji has no riz, bro. I'm sorry, he has none.
Sanji pulled more. You know, I was saying this
No,
for
bro, he did pull
No,
Viola.
no, he did.
He got
Viola.
Viola.
Viola's a
This
huge
is a
W.
debate preview
He got
already.
Viola over
He got Viola.
Hiyori, who's just a
Viola-
recycled
Viola,
design from
Viola might be
the-
top one, bro.
She is up there.
Kiori
top one
is
waifu.
better than Viola.
No,
But it is a
she's
child,
not.
you don't count.
It's
Putting in Japan is a good pull for Sanji, but in America is not. So I'm gonna just keep that at that.
No, bro, come on. Bro.
All right, hold on. We got to save it for 1K. If everyone in the chat wants to hear this continued, go subscribe to OPU. They're like 170 away or something from 1K.
Yeah,
I don't know, he did put in though. He did.
Hey, yeah, 1K,
I'm not
we're doing
counting
a Zoro Sanji debate for sure. But if we get to 10K before August, Crow's dropping a diss track on Little Yachty. So,
Yeah, man.
Oh
you
my
see,
god.
I see Mike saying it. Mike already knew. We need
Yeah.
10K for the diss. Yeah, that's right.
Damn. That's
I want to ask
right.
you this: Is
I gotta cook 'em.
do you think this is Sanji's best fight?
It's my king. I mean, versus Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, easily. The anime snapped. Even though I'm not the nitpicking type how people be doing on Twitter.
Yeah.
I wasn't too upset with Queen getting back up, but it just wasn't accurate. It just still looked amazing to me though. I'm not gonna lie.
I do think the manga did make it like when he got that final kick, it did seem like he sent him way farther.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had him bouncing off the flow and shit.
But that's the only thing I'll
And,
say. Like, besides that, amazing fight.
And my one gripe, honestly, I didn't like how he bounced out of the building. That was kind of one thing it was
Yeah.
kind of iffy. But the thing I actually disliked even more, which the whole thing was great, this is like definitely nitpicking, but whenever he first activated Ifrit Janbei, he was like kicking him in the face a bunch, and Queen was just kind of standing there like still talking shit, and I was like, bro, you just powered up. Like, shouldn't Queen be like reeling right now, like backing up, like, you know, acting like what's going on? You know, but that never happened. It was just, he just kept talking shit. And like the attack before that, which was it wasn't an Ifrit Janbei attack, it was like a normal Diable Janbei one. I forget what it was. And he acted more hurt from that one than the first few Ifrit Janbei kicks, and I was like, okay, that it should be reversed. Like, he should have got kicked and got back up, so that way we feel like he needs the Ifrit Janbei, but it almost feels like it was kind of weaker. But I don't know. It was dope animation though. You know, like
I think that's a
when
product of them bringing on a lot of different animators.
yeah,
From episode to episode.
uh-huh.
So you had one guy who made Hell's Memories look like it was a fucking nuke to his face.
Yep.
But then you bring on a different person for
That's true.
Yeah, for Ifrit, and it just looks a lot
I
different.
think
That's
it was
true.
more for just filler content. Like
Yeah.
they just had to fill up the episode, so they had that little section with the Ifrit. Because in the manga, when Sanji turned that on, it was immediate death out the window.
Yeah,
Right. You got
Or not
exactly.
death, but you know, he
Oh, you
knocked
got
out
somebody
the
that just
building.
went crazy.
Hey,
bro.
real quick, major shout out to Killer Comedy for dropping 20 memberships, bro. Thank you so much.
Oh man, that's
Hey,
crazy.
real.
That's
Big
huge,
dogs.
and it's awesome to have you here, man. I always see you at hidden streams, and we're always talking. So I'm pumped you're here in general. Even if you weren't dropping the memberships, I'm very happy for that, obviously. But
Yeah.
but I know we were talking. And you said you were gonna stop in, so I'm glad you're here, bro. Thank you. That's awesome. That's super generous. I think everyone claimed those, but I guess just for the future, while that little thing's there above the chat, I would recommend everyone click that thing. Make sure you have allowed gifts on for the next time anyone drops them, so that way you can get those immediately because they do go away pretty quick.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately, gifts don't work on this account for me, bro.
oh, you're like a brand account or whatever.
I don't know. It just doesn't work. I gotta
That's-
switch to my other account.
Who says that to me all the time? Is it Tainted Marth? There's someone in my chat who always says they can't accept them because they have a brand account and they're trying to fix it. I think that's why if you set up as a brand account, because
I don't remember
I
doing
think
that.
that's mine too. I was never able to get it.
Yeah, that might be it. Which I don't know if there's benefits to a brand account or whatever, but I don't know. I like getting the membership getting the
Because
membership.
I know I joined your chat one time. I think it was the Tekken stream, maybe, I'm not sure. And they were just bullying me to turn on memberships. I'm like, bro, I can't get them. Bro.
They were just trying to help you, bro. They just wanted to help you win.
I had to switch accounts and get them on there. Bro. I was getting scared, low key, like they finna come hunt me down by these memberships.
Shoot, what were we talking about before that? There was something I was gonna say.
I think it was something like Green Boy being top 5 or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, we
Top
can
5
hold on to
admiral,
that.
yeah, 5th, but.
Oh man, that's
Hey,
crazy.
man, I can't remember. I guess I'll just say this because I did want to talk about this at some point. What do you guys think is gonna happen next? Like I guess first off, are we gonna continue the Reverie stuff, and then building off of that, when are we gonna get back to Egghead? Because if we show Reverie stuff again, that would be the 6th chapter in a row with 0 Straw Hats, which we haven't had.
Insane.
We haven't had anything like that since like the Wano or the Odin flashback. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, are we gonna stick here for a while, or what's
Give us
what's Oda doing?
more. Give us more.
Bro,
That's
Listen,
what I
we've been
want.
with the Straw Hats for 20 plus years. It won't hurt to go off and go to the most exciting, powerful, and intriguing people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been waiting for this moment since I started reading One Piece, and I'm sure everybody's felt the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the first person we ever saw that was on that strength tier was like Mihawk. in action. Shanks was in chapter 1. Okay. He didn't do nothing though.
I feel
Whenever we saw how strong the world is, everybody's like, "Oh man, well I can't wait to see that." That's like, we're here fighting clowns and stuff, but I'm trying to get to that. You know what I'm saying? And we're finally here, and it's just, I think it's a nice, deviation from the original or what Oda usually does. So I'm enjoying it. Nah, I don't want it to be for like 10, 15 plus chapters, but 6, 7, 8 would be fine, in my opinion.
Man, I'm jumping in and saying I miss my AK crew, man. Last time I saw my guy Frankie, he was about to show that he got Haki now, and I ain't seen that man in like 2 months. So I'm really sad about that. And I feel like, a lot of the stuff that we're seeing now is stuff that we kind of imagine, but, we're actually getting put on paper. Like, in regards to everything that's going on with the Reverie, like, didn't we kind of know all of this stuff to an extent? We didn't know the exact facts, but in my eyes, looking at 1083, this was kind of like how the story was already told to us. So now that they're at the point where, you know, Cobra is trying to meet with the Gorosei, like me thinking with my older mind, like this would be the perfect point for him to just jump back and be like, we still got a mystery for y'all to figure out when it comes to this reverie. We could go back, we could see my guy Frankie smack up S-Snake, and we could keep it moving. Let's go.
Honestly, I think Oda's just if you think about what he's setting up at Egghead, it seems to be so massive where I think he's taking this time to kind of just make sure that everything is set up right. He knows what he's doing with the final pieces of Egghead before he goes in there, because once we go in there, it's going to be chaotic. Kizaru coming in, Saturn. There's a whole lot of stuff that he has to flesh out properly. So that's why I think like he's just taking his time and trying to think of Egghead while he's doing these other chapters.
Sir, Sanji versus Vice Admirals and Zoro versus Kizaru. Can't wait to see that, man.
Yeah,
I do agree that when we're like in getting back to Egghead, it's gonna be the most chaotic thing we've seen yet, especially with Luffy coming in. So I just can't wait for it.
I agree. Plush Canvas, I saw you said, guys, keep a lookout for 1089. That's when something crazy goes down. Why do you think 1089? Is there like a number joke about that or something? Prince, I agree with like what you were saying there at the end, where it's basically, I think Oda is trying to get every single thing out of the way other than Egghead right now. So that way, once we get to Egghead, it's like all the craziness can unfold, because like this stuff at the Reverie with Emu and Sabo in particular, I think like if, you know, once we learn that might give us some very important context for Egghead, right? Like, for example, it might give us more specific reasoning why they're trying to kill Vegapunk now, right? Like, it could be maybe Sabo overheard a discussion about something important Vegapunk's doing, or I know like they talked about he's getting too close to the truth and whatever, but it could just give us a lot more context for why they're being so serious about this Egghead situation. So I don't know. I think Oda, I want him to get back immediately to Egghead, but I don't know. I think this next chapter has to be Reverie again. And
it's a setup chapter for Reverie for sure.
Exactly. And
I'm gonna hop in real quick.
All right.
I think we go back to Egghead next chapter, bro.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Like at the end?
I'm not hoping it. I'm just thinking, just because the stuff about Emu, I think it would be best if revealed alongside this crazy Egghead event. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of agree too. With Bonnie too, you gotta consider Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie was there,
but she was in that chapter, so it's like, and she knows what happened with Sabo. It's kind of hinted that she spoke to Sabo about Luffy or something. So,
true.
Yeah, Bonnie could be the connector for both.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that maybe that's how we slide back to Egghead, and when the Gorosei arrives in this crazy event, whether it's what bro name is Vegapunk letting all the information out about Emu or whatever to the world,
right?
That could tie back in with Sabo telling Dragon what was happening. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, because and I think that can make sense for the next chapter where Oda could just tie it in where it could start at either place, but just kind of like get to the same point, like whether it's like when Bonnie and Sabo talked or whatever, but kind of like mirror the experiences at each place, because like Bonnie just went through a bunch of crazy emotions and stuff whenever she found out the truth from the memory bubble, which like literally we saw her crying profusely, and that's like the last time we saw her, you know. And so whatever she learned is going to be really important, which a lot of it's going to talk about probably Marijois and stuff, and you know, a lot about Vegapunk and all that past stuff. So I could see a scenario where like her telling someone what happened at the Reverie and whatever could just be the perfect time, because like maybe like we see all the stuff with Sabo runs away, runs into Bonnie, tells her something, and then it just shifts over to Egghead with Bonnie telling someone that discussion. You know, like Oda does that a lot, where he kind of like mirrors the worlds and then dips over to the other side. It's like a good transition. So I could definitely see that. But I think we have to start off at the Reverie probably, but I could see us drifting back to Egghead, because like whatever this incident is, it's like people are bringing it up in the chat. The volume's ending soon, and I feel like Oda's gonna get to like a more, I don't even know what the right word is, like salient point here with the Egghead stuff, instead of just leaving it, you know, in this random kind of Reverie, you know, sidetrack. So
yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I'm kind of getting annoyed now. This all the different cliffhangers, and we keep going back to the same. Sabo's gonna tell them, back in chapter 1054, even now, and it's like even last chapter we thought we were gonna get the emo of this chapter, so it's just like that's like the one reason why this chapter was like a 7 or 8 for me.
Oh no, Oda's taking his good, sweet time for that emu reveal.
Yeah, it keeps
Bro.
teasing it, but we gotta
Oh.
see it soon.
Bro, Oda says he's gonna finish the story in 3 years, and then he does shit like this where he's like taking breaks, and then we dip away from Egghead for this long. You know what I mean? And like this chapter, we were talking like we knew a lot of the stuff that happened here. Like we didn't know the exact events, like who was fighting what admiral and stuff, but we knew there was like the fight, like all this stuff we generally knew happened. There wasn't like a huge reveal yet. And so I just think that's funny. Like Oda is just taking his good old time, even though he says he's hurrying up and trying to get the story done soon. It's just like, you know, the actions say otherwise sometimes. But I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm here for it. I want him
I
to
don't think
take a while.
We getting new material in 2030, man. 2030, we still gonna be getting new material.
I
Bro,
don't think he's gonna deviate from this chapter next chapter. I think he's gonna follow through and at least show us maybe either a look at somebody else in the world government or potentially Emu. But I don't think he's gonna deviate this time because he, like Prince was just saying, or Priest was just saying, he's done it to us about 2 times already with this same exact situation. So if he does it again, it's just gonna be an area.
Yeah.
Plus, the thing is, I don't think that this current chapter, it's a great setup chapter, which is why people can understand why Oda would continue with it, because it's not that big of a cliffhanger. We know Oda's writing style. It's always the big reveal, but right before it, let's shift to the next arc or the next like location of what's going on in this arc.
Yep.
So, and then he builds up that, and then he gets to back to the previous build up, and then drops the huge reveal, and then it goes back and again and again and again. So like he loves to do that, and I don't think we're at a big enough cliffhanger for the Reverie right now, which is why I think we'll get a next chapter.
Yeah, what I think next chapter is, if it's not, I don't even know if I would call it an Emu reveal, but like just how Sabo saw Emu or whatever he saw, right? I think that
Like
could be
something
revealed.
grandiose. Yeah.
But what I think, if I had to guess, I think next chapter we're gonna meet one God Knight. If I had to guess, because like they were teased this chapter, and I think the one that we would meet is the one in the middle that seems to have some kind of tie to Shanks. Like that would just make a lot of sense. Like imagine if Sabo sees Emu, and he's like, "What is that?" And then immediately one of the God Knights like swoops in and like tries to attack him, and that's like why he had to run or something. Like I could see something like that, but I think one God Knight specifically, because like we met one Gorosei, or like we know all 5, but we only know one name. Where like Oda dropped that. And by the way, Saturn might have got hit by Foxy's fruit like awakening, because that man is having the longest trip to Egghead of all time. But, like I swear to God, he has the man that speed of light with him. Whatever.
And he's still going super slow.
It's crazy,
like,
bro.
It's crazy.
But like we met him and like, you know, saw his name, and then that was it. So I could see us like getting the name of a God Knight, and then maybe we can speculate from there, like, okay, well, like let's say it is Shanks' dad, it's a Figureland somebody, right? Then we can kind of speculate from there, like kind of like we are with like how the Gorosei are the 5 planets. I think Oda might do something like that.
No, I was wondering too. Do you think they'll get devil fruits? Like we've seen, Kado has the Beast Pirates. They have like the ancient zones, even the
True.
smile fruits, and then Big Mom has like the whole like food theme. So I was thinking, do you think the Holy Knights will have their own theme and devil fruits?
What I want, if I could like have my own way with it, is they're gonna have, and maybe they are devil fruits, but some power that's similar to that, but they don't have the downside of the ocean issue. And the reason I say that is because I think Vegapunk's theory is slightly wrong. I'm not sure where, but he said that, like, you know, devil fruit users are hated by Mother Nature, which, you know, that might be not exactly how it works, but I would love if the God Knights, because they're like protecting Mother Nature, which like might be Emu or whatever, right? I would love if because of that they don't have the downside, and it might not be devil fruits. Maybe it's like a whole other technological thing that they found, right, that only they have. Like I don't know what it is, but I would just love if that was the thematic of it, that like they could go in the water and still use powers. Which, by the way, that could tie to the man marked by flames who's making whirlpools, right? So, but I don't think it's one of them, but that is a idea I've heard, that one of the God Knights is the man marked by flames. But But yeah, I do think they're gonna have some kind of crazy powers though. At least some. Maybe not all of them. Maybe like some will have a supreme grade sword. Some will have devil fruits. Something like that.
Yeah, hope so, man.
I
They
hope
got
so,
it.
too.
I hope they're just at least a threat, like like a viable threat, to where they're gonna stop Blackbeard, Luffy, Shanks from getting the One Piece, and it not be as easy as I'm thinking. Because if even 2 of the Yonkos banded together, which like say Shanks and Luffy banded together, and they went after the One Piece, honestly, what is before we knew about the God Knights, what did we think the world government was going to do against that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they need to be at least able to fight top tier captains, in my opinion.
Anything less is just why even throw it in the story.
Like the way that Dragon said it, it just makes me feel like they have to be a very serious threat. Like not like the way he talked about them isn't gonna be like the numbers from Wano. Like that. Like that's not how you would. Like that's not how anybody would talk about the numbers, right? Like hey, we might be fighting admirals and celestial dragons and stuff at Marijois, but it doesn't start until the numbers show up. Like nobody would ever say that. But that's what Dragon's saying about the God Knights, right? So I don't know. I feel like they have to be minimum admiral level. But like again, current admiral, like admirals have been holding back, right? So maybe there's room for the admirals to show they're stronger, but somewhere around there, I would say they have to be.
For sure. I agree completely.
Yeah, man, I'm tired of getting cooked by these admirals, man. Having to hold back every time we see them. Can y'all just come on, man?
Wait,
Give us
were
a
you
G1.
an admiral hater like a month ago?
No, I was never an admiral. Right? I just don't think Akainu is stronger than Shanks, like you be saying. No, I always love
Man.
that. Bro, Kizu was my favorite character.
Has Shanks? I have one question. Has Shanks found the One Piece in under a year?
Has Akainu?
Nobody.
Hey, Oda said he could. Oda said he
I'm
could.
just saying.
Oda's-
Akainu said he. Akainu could, bro. I'm just saying.
But Shanks hasn't been trying though. To his
Bro,
credit.
Oda says a lot of things. Oda said that Luffy had the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And
You know why? Shanks
That's
was
true.
trying.
That's true.
Shanks wasn't trying because Kaido was going. As soon as Kaido fell, he was going to get the One Piece.
Oh no.
What did Akainu do when Shanks showed up to Marineford? Shit his pants, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He-
I think that's why he was so
no,
embarrassed.
Didn't he want to keep fighting, but Sengoku
He
said
did.
stop?
No,
Pretty sure
this
that's
was
what
never
happened.
no. He had a little
did
bit.
want to keep
Had a
fighting.
little
Sengoku
stain.
He kept
around-
staring at him. He didn't say
No,
anything. Akainu
Akainu-
didn't. But
Follows orders, bro. He's
Yeah.
He
gonna
had a
listen. to
brown streak down his legs. Could not
Oh my
fight against
God.
him.
bro, Kobe could have helped out. He's gonna be stronger than Joy Boy. He should have just.
Yeah.
He definitely could have.
He
You
could've.
saw what he did. He awakened
Yeah.
his Conqueror's Haki.
He was the
right
real
in front of
one.
him.
Hey,
I'm running down his legs.
Real talk though, I do think Kobe will have Conqueror's Haki. That's like a
I
guarantee
do
for
think
me.
so as well.
That's
Yeah,
like a
for sure,
guarantee.
for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Exactly.
He's
And
just
then-
one of those latent users.
I don't.
The next level.
He's a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, ain't
I
no
mean-
wrong with that, you know.
I mean, he got the lesson that Luffy, like the main story of One Piece, like you got to chase your dreams even if they seem unattainable. So even if Kobe wants to be stronger than Joy Boy, you gotta go for it because you'll get close. You know, that's
It's
the
gonna happen,
point of
brother.
it. Kind of like Buggy in 1082, which that was like my favorite moment from that chapter. Honestly, just
We can't compare
that's just what
the
One Piece is
future of the
about.
Marines to Buggy, bruh.
Bro, wait, God Emperor Buggy, are you tripping?
The one who submitted Mihawk and Crocodile.
Future Pirate King.
Okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down.
Yes, sir. I'm glad he said it first. 'cause I
Let's
was about
calm
to say
down.
it. Yes, sir,
Hey,
Mihawk
real quick, I want to get to a super chat from friend Harper. Sorry for the dog barking in the background. I suspect Fujitora was sandbagging this chapter. He's capable of fighting without meteors. He wasn't taking them seriously because he acts to protect the people, and the celestial dragons are evil, basically. For one thing, thank you very much, friend Harper. I appreciate you, and I completely agree. I think Fujitora was like that meteor nonsense, bro. Come on, like. That's like someone in Apex who just goes and like rats in the corner because they're just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like real talk, bro. Like
Bro,
that.
I'm literally playing it right now.
I
Bro.
remember that meme I sent earlier about Fujitora. That's
Which
exactly what he was doing right there. Where it said, whenever you want to look busy at work.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's exactly it, bro. That's 100% it. And then, and like friend Harper said, like he can fight without meteors. Like he doesn't need to bring down meteors every time he fights, bro. He's got a sword for one thing. He's a swordsman, and he also can imbue the gravity into the sword. Like whenever
Like
he fought
did
Luffy.
with Zoro. I don't know why he
Yeah.
doesn't continue using his techniques like he fought with Zoro.
Like why not,
Or how he fought with Sabo, but that was
bro?
like man, Fujitora needs to start fighting better, bro.
Well, why
His
didn't
observation is better than eyesight.
He's a
True.
scrub. No, he's not.
why didn't
Yes,
Fujitora
sir.
just use his gravity to like push down Morley so he couldn't move? You know, like he did that
I think
against
so,
Hey, bro,
everybody.
imitate him, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Fuji's
Yeah.
just trying to embarrass.
He was
Grand
selling
Blue
out,
too,
bro.
man.
He, you know, he just didn't want to win.
He
But I
was
think-
selling.
He was
I think
trying
also
about
it
as hard as
shows, like-
the Cavs did against the Knicks, bro.
Oh wow.
Hey, Crow, tell Dak about your theory about green. I want to see. his
Oh,
opinion.
okay. And this is no trolling, by the way. I think
Okay,
that
okay.
pause. Whoever Green Bull sucks. I know that sounds bad, but the people that he sucks and absorbs, I think that he picks up their personality traits once he does it. Because when we meet him in Wano, it's after he's went against King and Queen, and he's very subservient to Akainu, similar to how King is to Kaido, and he's also goofy as fuck like Queen is. So that's just, that's some copium, basically, me hoping that he's a lot cooler than what he is. But I think it's a
And I
pretty cool
mean,
theory, though.
I think
He
the
also had
contrast-
that elitist attitude when after taking energy from King and then just talking about prejudices comes from, I don't remember exactly what the line
Like
was.
nature, like it's the
but-
natural order of things.
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Prejudices breed stability.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
I
it.
mean, I could
I
literally
remember
see
that quote
being
because
like,
Green Bull's talking out of his ass.
Yeah,
So-
he's a bigot for that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
I'm saying like, if you go,
Hey,
that's kind of like the same
Let me
energy
stop.
King was giving off as well. So
Yeah, it is, man.
Oh, my
If you
God.
go back and look at Green Bull's introduction, the contrast between that Green Bull and the Green Bull we see in Wano just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's literally opposite.
So,
Right?
No,
I know
that's-
it was
that's
just.
true.
I think it's the same because if you look at Green Bull now, right, the one Fujitora is about to launch a meteor on the island. He doesn't care about the celestial dragons, and then Green Bull is like I said, he wants to protect them so much.
Nah, bro, they're literally saying we're going to hang you if we get
But we're
hurt.
never. But Green Bull wasn't even trying. Like he was trying whatever he could to.
Yeah.
But
Like, he
hit
really
them.
values the Holy Land.
Bro, he literally went and damaged the Holy Land. And
He
the
did.
Celestial had to tell him, like, bro, no, if you keep doing that, you're going to be hung.
Yeah, but it's different from what he did in a meteor.
I'm saying, if your boss at work just told you not to do something minor, and then you see somebody finna do a way worse version of what you were doing, you're not gonna be like, nah, bro, chill. They're tripping. You feel me?
I don't know, bro. I think he really was when he said that at Wano. I think he really meant it.
Mm-hmm.
A fun little theory. I think it would be cool because, like I said, when we first see him, he's sitting back, chilling, laughing with the Fujitora. I thought he was gonna be. That's why all the him being from Wano coming to help shit because he seemed like such a cool guy. But then we see him after he's beat King and Queen, and he's like a mixture of King and Queen. So it was weird.
Yep. What I think for Green Bull, or what I hope, honestly, is that he was like the world's top bounty hunter before he joined, and he recognizes that like getting in with the world government and basically doing the same thing he was doing before, like just killing pirates or whatever, but just doing it by the government's rules or whatever, can like get him a life of luxury beyond what just collecting bounties can get or whatever. That's like my ideal. So whenever he talks about like stability and all that, that like kind of would tie in where like he's been just focused on taking out quote unquote bad guys the entire time for this stability because he probably just likes that or whatever. So I don't know. I hope there's more to the reason why he likes Akainu so much, like why he wants to make Akainu happy. Like I love that. I love that development, but I hope there is like more meaning behind it, like why he like buys into the government system basically. And by the way, I just got to say this real quick. Killer Comedy with even more W's with another 20 gifted memberships, bro. Thank you so much. That's
Nice,
amazing, bro. Thank you.
Bro, that's 40.
That's
God
nice.
damn.
He's crazy,
That
bro.
man
Thank
having
you.
shit,
Hey,
man.
bro,
Big
thank
W's.
y'all for coming out and supporting Dak and
Oh, yeah,
us,
bro.
bro.
Shout
Y'all
out to
are
Big Dak,
amazing.
bro.
Thank y'all
Shout out
so
to
much.
everyone in the chat. 114 watching right now. That's a huge
Yeah,
dub.
my Streamlabs says 145 between Twitch and this, so major
Holy
shout out to
shit.
everyone. Yeah, hey, no,
Even
major
bigger,
shout out.
bro.
I want to say this now while we have the chance. I mean, well, thank you again, Killer Comedy. But also, I said it earlier, everyone, OPU is almost at 1K subs. If you guys like what you're hearing tonight from this group of guys, they stream every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. EST. And like I said, they're right on the cusp of 1K. So if you guys would maybe go check them out and give them a subscribe, that would literally make a world of difference. So
Yes, sir.
we
We
appreciate
would
it.
have you.
We love you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey man, look, if y'all want fun, laid back chill streams, very much like this one.
yep.
I promise you, it's worth it, bro.
No agenda
If you
toxicity.
want more
None of that.
crazy crow takes, just
Yeah.
subscribe.
Everything reasonable, power scaling on point.
I'm gonna fly right back to this Green Bull thing real quick.
We're okay. One thing, just real quick. I
go ahead,
I quickly counted the memberships that were just gifted, and I don't think I counted 20 that were accepted or whatever. I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't. Maybe it's hard to tell because I see some drifted out later. But just everyone click that gift thing, click allow gifts just for the future, so it's open and available. Just want to say that. But go ahead, cook about Green Bull. Go for it.
At the same time where I like him absorbing people's personality thing, I will say that it is also a breath of fresh air to get a Marine that's just a Marine, like a
That's
jackass.
evil.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's cool because you got Fujitora want to save the world, then you got Akainu up there filing papers all day, and Aokiji out here working with Blackbeard. You got one guy.
Kizaru.
You got
Kizaru
them
is.
floor boys too.
Kizaru
Yeah.
is completely for the cause.
I don't know. I think he's just a troll.
Bro, he bro,
I mean, he definitely does his job, but this is my thing. Kizaru went to fucking Sabaody and he showed out, but didn't capture a single fucking supernova at the same
Bro.
time.
he watched all of them. At that point, it was the fodders.
Aiden is Greenwood.
That
That's
was-
so
Oh,
fucking
no.
disrespectful.
Hey,
Yeah, oh my
hey,
God.
shout out to Will Gill. Oh man, pray for my sons. Aiden is Green Bull, a
Oh
fraud.
my god, that is
Hey,
so
bro.
disrespectful.
Hey, real talk though. We'll talk about NBA for like 10 seconds. Aiden is a fraud.
He's terrible.
He's a
I ain't gonna
fraud.
lie.
That
Wait, what's
Shannon
the score
Sharp
right
said,
Hey,
said the big
Aiden,
thing.
no, Aiden's not Green Bull. He's Fujitora from chapter 1083. You know what I mean? He's acting like he's working.
He might be the worst defensive center that starts in the NBA.
Yep.
Oh,
Jokic.
There is probably no player that other than Ben Simmons that has a worse like performance to contract ratio, or it's getting there. It's getting there.
What
Bruh,
did
they
you say,
said,
bro?
no, it's definitely Jokic. I love Jokic, but he's a shitty defender. I mean, he's been playing pretty good defense this playoffs, but overall,
It's better
like,
than Aiden, bro.
Aiden is just like Sharp.
Oh
Shannon
my
Sharp said it best. He's just as sorry as he is tall, bro. I don't get it, bro.
Oh my god, bro.
Bro, he has like decent moves in the post, but that's it.
No, he does that same little floater right in front of the
The
goal and
same
it hits
thing.
front of the rim every fucking time, bro. He sucks ass, bro.
Somebody got to feed him. It's awful. #1 draft pick.
Literally
Man,
over Luka and
son-
Trey.
son-
by the
That's
way.
insane, bro.
Suns-
Imagine the Suns had Luka right now.
Suns should have gave up Aiton in the trade for KD and got I doubt they could have got Claxton back, but
Yeah.
anything.
imagine if they kept Mikal Bridges, bro.
Oh, no chance.
I mean, he probably wouldn't
Bridges-
have done much,
I'm not- I'm
as
not.
much because he's a bigger influence on the Nets. than
I'm-
KD.
Jokic will have Wilt Chamberlain numbers if Ayton wasn't there, though. I mean,
Oh,
I mean, Jacques Landale is doing a better job than him. That's sad.
I mean, bro,
Bro.
he still dropped 53 on him.
I mean, a better job is not a good job. It's just a better job. I will say though, it just came out that Wiggins is questionable for the next game. I'm just putting it out there. That's kind of crazy.
That is
I don't know,
crazy.
y'all.
Hey,
That
hey,
is
I got a
crazy.
question. What's up with AD, bro?
He's straight. He's playing. He's playing. I want you to take a hit
I
to
I
the
don't
temple.
know why he left like that, bro.
He got hit in the
AD
temple by
pulling
Luka,
Pulling
bro.
a Paul Pierce type thing, bro. You know what I mean?
Dak, have you
Listen,
ever-
can you take a shit?
He said
He
he
was
recovered.
Disney, bro. He was Disney.
Hey.
What's that, Preach?
Have you recovered?
Have I? Oh, from the Cavs? I mean,
Yeah, bro.
I'm not really into the playoffs other than the Nuggets because every team left is like a big market team. So it's like that's the worst part of the NBA season right now is that every team is a big market team.
I mean, I think you can watch the
Phoenix
Lakers
is big
play.
market.
What's that?
Is it Phoenix is a big market?
Well, they have KD,
I
so
don't think so.
they just automatically are just nobody ever should root for the
Yeah, but
Suns.
you're
They
talking
got
to a Cavs
KD.
fan, bro.
Yeah,
Actually, that's true.
He's
Any
not
team
gonna
that
like
Kevin
it.
Durant's on, it's immediate dislike.
but that I guess I just mean that series in general. Every other team is a big market team, and if you look at like how many finals games have been played by all those teams, it's a lot. So and that's always my barometer. I send it in the sports piece. Like, I don't want the same teams making the finals. So that's the worst part for me. But I'm rooting for the
Prejudice
Nuggets.
breeds stability, bro.
I mean, it's funny how that might be true in the NBA because like if the Lakers and stuff are always winning, that makes everyone more money because they're like the biggest market.
Yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean?
Exactly.
So
we
that
gotta
that's
win.
a whole that's gonna be my first video on my NBA channel. So
Oh,
we'll talk
first
about
video-
that later.
Yeah, my first video was me hating on the Suns, so I'm glad they, I got to get back to my basketball stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be. I don't know. I don't want to get.
Yeah.
We supposed to be
Hate
strict
on the
about One
Suns.
Piece. Yeah,
I-
this was before the KD
Hey.
trade. I hate Chris Paul.
Will of Gill said we really picked Aiton when we could have gotten Luca or Trey. Suns management is kid for real. Picking frauds, crewmates, bro. Bro, he's just cooking his sons, bro. It's true though. I mean, the draft is always so tough though. But I will say about Luca, and this is the last thing. We should probably talk about One Piece again. But about Luca though, about that draft and stuff, bro. Every scout from Europe and every coach that Luca's ever had, literally everyone was screaming to the NBA scouts that he's going to be amazing. We've literally watched Luca play against people that are in the NBA now, and he cooked them. Like, we're guaranteeing he's going to be good. And that's why Cuban traded up and stuff or whatever, right? So on one hand, the draft is always tough, but if there was one player that everyone should have known was going to be a god, it was Luca. So
Luka.
it is sad,
Yeah.
for sure.
And you should have knew he was going to really hoop because Atlanta loved to either draft players and trade them or just ignore talent altogether. So when Atlanta took that pick and gave him to Dallas, that was kind of my way of knowing like he was going to be one of them ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, my dog Trey. I think I'm finna join the Trey Young high, bro. He get too much disrespect, man.
that's
I'm
true.
with Trey.
They ain't giving that first deal. Man, come on, man. 26-10, no All NBA. But Dame.
The Dame,
Man,
right?
we got SGA on the first team instead of Donovan
He's
Mitchell.
not better
bro.
than Ja too.
Yeah, we got people that's not in the playoffs. First
Hey.
team. Is nothing sacred?
Ja's better than Trey, bro. Come on.
Yeah, Ja didn't make All NBA either. Oh, he's not better than Trey Young, but yeah, he didn't make NBA either. That's crazy.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Trey
hey
been
Ja,
carrying.
hey, Ja lost $50 million because of that.
Yeah, man.
Lost 50
Stop
mil.
doing
He
this stupid
played
shit.
himself.
He
Yeah.
did it to
Yeah,
himself.
he played himself. He
definitely
he
would have
learned.
been it.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse though. It's better to learn that $50 million lesson now and keep grinding and get that next max contract. Next time.
Yeah.
So,
Could have been, it could have been a lot worse.
but anyway, man, everyone's talking about NBA. It's so hard. It's so hard to drift back. Every chat, literally, like Jokic is the X factor, Jabal is the X factor. Which actually, Killer Comedy, I agree with you because we know Jokic is going to drop 30, 12, and 15 every single night. It's all about, is Murray going to keep grinding? Murray's the real, X factor for me on the Nuggets.
I just need him to stop playing like he's on the N1 mixtape tour and play basketball. The series will be over by now, but yeah.
Hey, Cameron, you said SGA deserved it. Listen, bro. Listen. The biggest factor, I know if you look at like advanced stats, he did really good, but the thing for me is he got like the 10 seed. Like team performance matters a lot for me, which I know that's not everything, but I don't know. That's a big thing. It was in the worst conference too. It was in the worst conference too.
To be all right, no, bro.
The East had a,
The West was stacked. Like even the Pelicans dropped from like the 60 to like the 13th.
Right, but if you go look at like the records, the East did way better this season than the West.
Oh, they
it wasn't
did.
even close. It wasn't even close.
No, but the East was definitely more top
like,
heavy.
The West is more stacked. Like if you look at it, they got like 14 teams that can compete for the playoffs.
Playoffs. Okay.
Man,
I mean, every conference does, but it's the East just did better this year, like because it was the same thing. It was the same thing for the West for a really long time, where like the West was always like deeper, quote unquote, because they had more teams, you know, over 500 or further over 500 or whatever. But I mean, I'm not denying that the West has a lot of chance, like, you know, teams that can win, but that's just usually the way it's graded. Is just which conference had more wins, and it was the East by like a lot.
You got to look at the teams that's really like title contenders. Like the Kings was the 3 seed, but nobody looked at them like they was really like that.
That's
but
fair.
you know, the top three seeds in the East. Dang, Giannis, like you failed. But
the Bucks are fraudulent, bro. Come on now.
I just need the Bucks to have no wing play. They wasn't gonna make it ever to me. I don't care about the injury. Somebody in the chat said what One Piece crew would be the best at basketball. That kind of gets us back on track somewhat.
I've said this for a long time. If we were gonna do a basketball draft with One Piece characters, there's 2 people that I would want with my first pick that like I would have a hard time choosing. Depends on the rules. If we're playing with normal NBA rule or basketball rules in general, I got Vanderdecken all day. That's my number 1. I don't care what anyone says. He can't miss. He just give him the ball full court. He makes it every time because he has the target fruit.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, he's my first pick, and then Luffy would be my second pick because he can dunk 3-pointers.
He would dunk, yeah.
But you can block those. You couldn't block Vanderdecken shots. You know what I mean? Because it would be goaltending.
If you can't really travel, so you know you got to look at Kaido too. You know.
I'm looking at the court being scaled to the size of these fellas. Hopefully, or maybe we scaling the players down.
Conqueror 18 feet tall or whatever. It's just looking into the hoop.
So I always say at center.
What's that?
Big oars holding down that paint. For sure.
Oars is the center. Bro.
Oars.
Stop, bro. That's so funny.
His toe is just blocking the hoop.
That's so
This
funny.
would be Space Jam for real.
But I think I'm gonna always take Kid if I had to pick one because he can assign the goal and hit the ball and just make every shot as well. It's kind of like Vanderdecken.
Yeah,
so.
it's Vanderdecken.
Yeah, I'm going with
Kid. Bro, he's a sleeper pick, bro. Vanderdecken. Hey, also, I want to say this. This will get us really back into One Piece. During my Nolan video, I was talking to Par about this because Par is kind of the resident expert on Vanderdecken to me because he talked all about the mushroom people, which he thinks Vanderdecken's from. Because the original Vanderdecken was really important, like back in the day, and we don't know exactly when he existed, but it was hundreds of years ago. And if you go look at Nolan, he has a big scar on his chest. And I think Vanderdecken the First gave Nolan a scar. Like they used to be rivals back then, which I know seems like super random, but it's I got respect on Vanderdecken. Might have been like the first man to get close to the One Piece. I'm serious. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean he was trying to get ancient weapons and stuff like 400 years ago.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man.
Yeah, Vanderdecken is I don't know, a mushroom if you ask Par, but something like that.
Par is the most fun theories, bro. I love them, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, only Par can think of someone being a mushroom. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's because
Mihawk is a sword.
Yep. It's because Big Mom had like a book of races that like she has like in the like Montdoor's library thing, and one of them was a mushroom person, and they had like 4 legs, which Vanderdecken has 4 legs. So pretty crazy connection, honestly. But
gotta have a good eye for some shit like that. That's why I'm not a theorist, fellas. I just read and I power scale. Green Bull,
Kobe
and Green Bull. They're my stocks right there. If y'all need my portfolio, I got the Green Bull redemption arc coming soon.
Hey,
and we got Kobe #1.
Hey, shouts out to Crow. He just hit 1K subs. You know.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, they got me to 1K last week. I was supposed to stream this week because I hit 1K. However, that was gonna be today, but I wanted to come on here. So I'm sorry, y'all.
I appreciate.
I'll be streaming. Yeah, I'll be streaming Monday for sure.
And you guys will be streaming tomorrow night, right? As normal.
Sure,
Yep.
Hell yeah.
We definitely will be.
Yeah, dude, I love hanging out in the OPU streams. That's like a guaranteed Friday night affair at this point. Like if I'm not hanging out with other people.
We wild,
Hi, brother.
Real quick, Cameron, with another $5 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. You've been awesome. My only real theory is that the original Vanderdecken is the man marked by flames. I mean, how would he still be alive? That's my only question. But that is, I mean, That's actually kind of crazy. The more I think about it, because like not that again, him being alive is the whole problem, but like Vanderdecken the Ninth was a fishman and stuff, so that also could tie into the whirlpool stuff. And if he had a devil fruit, I wonder because like because fishmen, if they have a devil fruit, they can still like breathe in the water. They just can't move and stuff. So I'm wondering like if there is a connection there, like a fishman. I don't even know. I think the man marked by flames is Mass Deuce, but
Mass Deuce.
Yep. What's that?
Did
you drop that video?
No, I have a short on it, but the evidence, that's the word I was looking for. Damn. The evidence goes way beyond it. Like it has grown to a crazy degree. 3-Day, if you're still in the chat, you know pretty much all of it. It's like it's crazy, man. The connections to Whitebeard, that's like really what sells me, because because if you go back, like Whitebeard protected or whatever Fishman Island from the time Roger died until Whitebeard died, right? Like that was under Whitebeard's control, which like that's where the road poneglyph was. And so in my head, and then Big Mom took over, which Big Mom obviously collects poneglyphs, right? She already has 3 of them, including a road one, which she had beforehand. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, the poneglyph had to be gone before Big Mom took over, because she would have taken it if it was there, like guaranteed, right? Because I'm surprised she didn't take the other Fishman Island one, but she would have taken a road poneglyph, I think, guaranteed. And then, so it's like, okay, well, then it disappeared while Whitebeard was controlling Fishman Island. And so that tells me Whitebeard probably moved it. Like, he was probably the one who was like, hey, this is really dangerous to leave here. And then that ties, I think, back to Bakken's, the inheritance she's looking for from Whitebeard at Sphinx Island. I think it might actually be the road poneglyph. That's like the treasure that he left behind or whatever that she's been looking for with Weevil. So I don't know.
Weevil, man, he was a good guy.
You acting as if he's dead.
he's coming back. He's probably coming back soon. He's probably coming back soon because of Impel Down.
Him and
You know what I
Dofi,
mean?
maybe. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Y'all think Dofi coming back?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did so.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
100%.
If I had to, I think Dofi's character. What more can he offer to this story?
Going to the Cross Guild.
Yep.
To show us more Yonko fees.
Yonko.
Oh my
what?
god, that's
Hey,
ridiculous.
wait, have you guys heard the idea? I think Par said it in the stream first, but where, of course, it comes from Par. Like once you guys hear it, that'll be your reaction. But that Doflamingo was washed over and over by Suru because she like turns bad people good, and since Doflamingo is made of string, that's like his fruit. Like he controls strings, which like clothes are made of strings. Then he like isn't a good guy, but his morality might be altered a little bit because he's been washed so many times by Suru.
I could see Oda doing something like that.
She gonna have to
Same.
do some damn washing for real for Doflamingo.
Like, I would love if she like awakened and she's like, we see like a little montage of her being like super tired, like on death's door from trying to wash this guy so much, and then he has like one little comment like, "You okay?" Like something that's like semi. She's like, "Oh my god, it's working."
I mean, bro was helping a baby bird, so
Mm-hmm.
you never know.
And I also got to say, a lot of people have been telling me that cover page was on Long Ring Longland, which is amazing.
Wait, what?
Look how tall those trees are. It almost has to be Long Ring Longland because that was like their
Yo,
signature
Dad,
thing.
wait, hold on, Dad. I gotta ask you. I gotta ask you something. Is Long Ring really your favorite arc?
Oh
That
no,
is
no!
Long
I
Ring.
just did a tier list, and I had it at 6th, and that was kind of joking, even.
Bro,
but
Put it at S.
it's because I had a comment. Someone commented on one of my. They're like, "Oh man, you gotta talk to Dag because I think his favorite arc is like Long Ringers." It was like in the Skypea post. They're saying how you love Long Ring.
well, yeah, that's where all my theories are from. Like I think Laugh Tale is at Long Ring Longland, like under it. So
yeah, I love that video, but that's
I appreciate you.
You laugh for Tale 2,
It-
dub of a video.
Yeah, I
Go
appreciate.
check it out if you haven't already.
Appreciate you guys. That I mean, and also I want to give a shout out to Denden Kushi, who just hit 1,000 subs, by the way. And he had like a Long Ring Longland video that really helped me, inspired me to a lot of that theory, and Dire Regulus and a couple other people. But I mean, that's where the Davy Back fight was introduced, which is like the Davy Jones, like the only time we've ever heard of Davy Jones in One Piece, really, was during that arc, and that's like the #1 pirate story. So I have like no doubt that it's going to come back in some way. I mean, Agua Laguna happens there too, and something else I've been thinking about is like if you think about Reverse Mountain has like rivers or whatever that go up the mountain, and it's like how would that be happening? Like, what would the forces be? Which I think they said it's like wind or whatever is pushing it up. But I've been thinking like, you know, water goes up that mountain, and then occasionally a ridiculous amount of water comes out of Long Ring Longland in Agua Laguna, and there's a filler episode where they say that the water from Agua Laguna has salt from the All Blue, so it's like, how does water from all 4 blues come from Long Ring Longland? Because that's where the water from Agua Laguna comes from. And what if there's some way that all the water at Reverse Mountain is getting like sucked into the mountain, and it comes back out once a year as Agua Laguna or something? That's why it has. And again, that was a filler episode, so you know, who knows? It was randomly, you know, thrown in there, like fit in perfectly with like the sequence they were in, like in the story there. It was like really weird, but yeah, I don't know. Reverse Mountain, because that's where all the seas meet, you know what I mean? But yet, if that water from Long Ring Longland has water where all the seas meet, you know, I don't know.
So, speaking of the All Blue, I was just thinking the other day, bro. We haven't heard about that in a while. Like, not from a flashback. Are there any like crazy All Blue theories out there aside from it being,
Bro, oh man,
when everything is destroyed?
I have one, but I can't give it away, bro. I have to tell you off stream. I'll have to tell you.
Make it a video, bro.
And like the thing is, it's not my video. It's Wizard of War, so I just don't want to even like mess with that one.
That's smart.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's good though. I'll tell you off screen or off stream.
I got you. I feel like the reason we haven't heard of it is because it's gonna just coincide with Luffy's dream. Like I mean, I hope it comes up in some way where it's a little more important, but I do feel like it's just gonna be a matter of like we find the One Piece and it's at a sea that is the All Blue, and it's like a sample of the ocean from a long time ago, right? That had all the seas combined or something. That's what I think. I mean, I'll say this much. I saw a couple people say it doesn't exist. I think it definitely exists, or it will exist if it doesn't exist now. Like they'll make it by destroying the red line or whatever it is. So yeah.
Because I mean, I know that like if you think about the One Piece, somebody has found the One Piece. We know the One Piece is real. I don't want to think about that bad meme, but yeah, we know that the One Piece is real. Everybody else has a dream that is, you know, very attainable and that we know exists. But then you think about the All Blue, no one has found it that we know of. And, you know, it would be crazy if it actually didn't exist, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be created.
Yo, Prince, you know, I just realized, what if Crow's origins for Whitebeard hate is the One Piece is real?
Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Bro.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
You don't know where it come from
So
for real,
much
for real.
sense.
You've seen too many. I'll just say you've seen too many things that should have been censored on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh my
Too
God.
many One Piece's reels.
Where it really comes from, I was gassed up Marineford to my friend who had never watched One Piece. I had him speed through it, like he sped through it like over like a month. I was like, bro, you gotta get to Marineford, bro. Whitebeard is so crazy. He's crazy. I'm gassing Whitebeard like a motherfucker. So my friend finally makes it there, right? So he comes to work the next day. He was like, bro, I like the art, but Whitebeard just sat back and watched all his friends die and then died. And I was like, bro, you not lying.
Whitebeard takes so long to end the fight, bro.
Bro, I was like, bro, he's not lying, bro. I'm like, you watching these boys get slaughtered.
I mean,
boys out here getting his leg cut off. These boys out here getting their ass did the wrong way. You said
was not, I thought Oars was not in Whitebeard's crew.
He was he was
an
still,
ace
you know,
man,
right?
Actually, before Marineford started and during Marineford, like the whole like Whitebeard being a villain thing, I genuinely thought that Whitebeard was a bad guy. Like I genuinely thought it. And then when they started showing more about Whitebeard and Ace's connection, then I was like, you know what? He's not a bad guy.
I'm just saying it might be some stock in what Akainu was telling the guy that stabbed him. You brought
Hell
out
oh hell no!
It might be some stock in.
I was kind of on board until you said that. No.
I'm just saying. He said, "Look, he brought all y'all here.
No.
He's
That
sitting
whole
back
thing,
chilling.
that plan was that. No, Whitebeard clearly didn't come there to, you know, like have the plan of letting everyone die, actually. Because even if you look at other instances of, like, Yonko Wars, whatever you want to call it, like, go look at when Kaido, like, intercepted Odin and the Scabbards, which I think is a somewhat similar situation. Literally, like, Kaido waited until, like, Odin and everyone, like, fought through everyone, and then, like, it shows a panel of, like, all the, like King, Queen, and Kaido are, like, ready to fight, basically. And then Odin and him start scrapping.
You know who he was on the crew with? Whitebeard. He learned it from the worst, man.
I think it's just the way it works, because you can't have the Emperor get tired right away. You know, it's better to tire down the enemies. Yeah.
The Roger Pirates at their peak, they were still getting overshadowed by Whitebeard until they found a one.
Whoa! What?
Bro, that's facts. No, because bro, when we see Roger pull up in Wano, we see Shanks and Buggy are saying, "Oh, but they still keep talking about Whitebeard and Odin." It's not
because of Odin.
No, it's not just because of Odin though. It's because the whole crew.
Bruh, look, know your place. All right, Whitebeard is a subordinate to Rocks. You feel me? He's not him. He's not Roger level. Let's relax. All right.
Yeah, Roger's level. Roger's not Rock's level either.
Rocks is a buggy type fella. You know,
Come on.
Rocks is gonna be Shanks and Buggy combined. That's what Rocks is.
Dragon is Buggy by himself.
No, stop it. I had to get in that voodoo bag.
Hey, real quick.
Somebody got to be a Buggy before.
Sabo is the real superpower of the Rebels.
100%.
Real quick.
Labo?
Oh no. All right, hold on. We're gonna get to this super chat. I'm gonna intercept. Killer Comedy super chatted $10 a little bit ago. Said, "Do you think Shanks used his Conqueror's Haki to hide the Revolutionary Army from anyone's observation Haki, since he can kill observation Haki, or just use it all at the Reverie? He was in enemy territory." Now that is actually interesting. That I don't know if he would have known, but it is true. Like if you go look at Whitebeard, like whenever he visited Whitebeard, he was making the ship crack while just walking on it. So, yeah, like maybe nobody could detect, because like the revolutionaries were like literally inside the red line, and like Sabo was one of the knights. You know what I mean? So they were kind of like brazen with it. And also, and I brought this up before, and I would love to hear some answers if you guys can give me any. How did Bonnie turn into this like Dowager Connie, and like they acted like they knew her, like she was like a real person? They literally like, because like there was an instance where she was trying to like sneak into like the holy grounds or whatever it was called, and the knights were like, "Oh, Connie, you know, you cannot enter here, like you have to go find your escort or whatever." Like she was all by herself, like trying to sneak in places. And so first off, like, is Connie an actual person, and how did Bonnie like pretend to be Connie and get in? How does that even happen? Like that whole thing.
Like how
I know Wizard of Horse dropped a video before it was, I think it was around the time we got the Kuma stuff, and he was saying how Kuma and Bonnie could be celestial dragons. I don't know, maybe just Bonnie, and then, you know, because we haven't got to Kuma yet, but
I mean,
Bonnie is a clone.
I kind of like that, but then I'm curious on how like they think she's Connie, and they think Connie is a person. Like they didn't question that Queen Connie was here from Sorbet. You know what I mean? Like they like that, she was like on the guest list, like she was an actual person. So how did Bonnie? Is Bonnie actually Connie? You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like how is there this old woman who is the queen and like known to be the queen and on the checklist, but then Bonnie is supposed to be like, you know, young or whatever, and she's like a pirate and all that, but like how can both these things exist? I guess, like, is there an actual Connie, or did Connie die a long time ago?
Ego, maybe it's like Bonnie, if she goes into her old form, maybe she did a lot of stuff in that time when she was old, and then when she's younger, it's like a whole different persona. Because you gotta remember, like Bonnie, her power is like alternate realities. So it could be like when she goes into her old form, that's a different person, kind of.
Yeah,
Bonnie, but it's
I guess I'm just thinking like people keep saying Connie is her mom. Like, so was Connie at the kingdom and was like, "Yeah, Bonnie, you can go for me. Like I'm in on this plan." Like something like that. Like it's just weird that Connie is clearly an actual person, I guess is what I'm saying. Like Bonnie was pretending to be Connie at the Reverie, but Connie has to be an actual person somewhere. And they either got kidnapped, so Bonnie was able to go pretend to be Connie, or like, you know what I mean? Like there has to, because otherwise they wouldn't have like let her in or like had her on the checklist or whatever. You know what I mean? So like it had to be.
Yeah.
So like did the old one die, and she's been like they don't know that Connie actually died, so Bonnie's been pretending this whole time. You know, it's just so weird to me that they didn't even question it. I guess is all because Akainu knows that Bonnie has these powers and she's out there doing stuff, but then
Yeah, I mean, if you go into the name too, it's like Connie. To me, that sounds like she could be like a con artist.
Mhm.
You know, like some kind of play on that.
Yeah, it's a mystery to me. I just want to know. I mean, I feel like a lot of this would also help us know about Kuma's past too, which we might all find out about all this soon because of the memory bubble. Because like they're all from Sorbet or whatever, right? And like Kuma was like the tyrant or whatever, and so maybe Connie used to be like Kuma's wife or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like Bonnie's mom. Like that's actually it, but maybe she died in the process, so she's pretending to be Connie. But, like, nobody knows Connie actually died a long time ago or something. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Brandon King, you just said Connie was Kuma's wife or Bonnie's mom. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just weird. Like, then I guess Connie would have had to, like, let Bonnie go in her place or something. But...
Ready for that Kuma flashback. Come on, Bonnie. I'm about to say Connie.
We know that Kuma flashback is gonna be
Y'all
fire,
ready?
100%.
Y'all ready for Frankie to get Kuma's devil fruit?
Ooh,
Wow.
I'm okay with that.
I didn't even remember that.
Hey, I know JJ is good with.
Wait. How about just the green blood?
Hey, I'm fine with the green blood too, honestly.
Shout out
Does it still
to
have
Hidden
the
Island. He's
drawback?
got a video on that. But
Bro,
Think it would
Hidden
still have
Island
the
makes
drawbacks
such
of
a
the
good
devil
video.
fruit?
what'd you say?
So you think it would still have the drawbacks of devil fruits?
Probably only when it's active is what I would imagine. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, there's the whole bubble gun thing, but I'm sure Frankie can reverse engineer it so that
True.
Yeah,
that
that's
might
right.
not even be the
See,
case.
what I don't understand about green blood is does it have a finite usage?
I think so.
You know what I'm
I think
saying?
you like
Be-
it's like fuel is how I view it, but I don't know if
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Because it looks like it's a fluid that's. I mean, it's obviously a fluid that's going through their bodies. It's just, is it recirculating back into it?
Bro, in my opinion, it's just like the blue
Or-
blood from Detroit Become Human.
I've never even played that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's a dope ass game.
No,
It's a go to game, but pretty much like the whole premise of the game is that there's androids in human society, like that are very similar to humans, but they have biocomponents and stuff that is literally like green blood, and they have something called blue blood, which helps them operate and stuff like that, and they have their own components that are very similar to human organ specs, whatever it may be. So it's very similar to Seraphims.
So Oda's not just Jack and Castle in the Sky. What you're telling me?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Nah, that was.
I mean, it could be, but you never know.
If y'all, I don't know. Has anybody else seen that
Have y'all
video?
seen
Was
that?
that
Have y'all
Neil
seen
deGrasse
that
Tyson?
Castle in the Sky stuff?
Yeah, I think Joy Girl made a video on that a while ago too.
Yeah, it was Joy Girl. She made a video on it too, and then some other random YouTuber forgot his name, and I apologize for that. But dude, there's a movie called Castle in the Sky, and it parallels One Piece so much, bro. I recommend y'all to go check it out because it's crazy. It's crazy. It came out 10 years before the One Piece, so Oda definitely took
Yeah, I
inspiration.
think they said Oda was 11 when it came out, so he probably was a kid watching it.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably his favorite thing to ever watch.
It's the old Studio Ghibli film, so
Yeah, it's a kid movie. Yeah,
It's a good movie. I just watched it yesterday.
yeah, I watched
Great.
like the first 20 minutes of it, but I had to dip out. But yeah, it's a good movie so far. Though, man.
What's the name of it one more time?
Castle in the Sky. It's on HBO Max.
All right.
Or just Max.
but here, if you want a hot take, bro, I'll give you a hot.
Let's hear
Oh,
Bro,
Oh,
Studio
no.
Ghibli movies are not good, bro.
That's
it.
what
Not good. That's
They're not good.
Oh man.
I watched Spirit Away a few weeks ago. Just
Bro,
it took me 3 nights to get through it.
I won't say not good. I think they got, I think a lot of people like the aesthetic of them and hype them up a lot. Because, that's a big thing. I think the same is with Cowboy Bebop. Don't kill me. But yeah, people like aesthetics, so they tend to overrate things. But I don't say they're not good. They're some good movies. It's maybe not worth all the hype.
I mean, it would look cool, but it's just like, I don't know, bro. I couldn't stay invested into it. Like it really does feel like it's for little kids.
Get him out. Killer Comedy
Bro.
said, "Get him out. Get him
Get
out."
him out. Get him
Hey, I
out.
mean,
Get him out.
it
Get him
is a
outta
bold take. We can say that for sure.
He does not represent the views of One Piece University. Get him out.
Yeah.
Hey, I want you to know that you're in the 5% that doesn't like this movie. 95% of the people like Spirited Away, bro.
I've never seen that movie, bro.
It's good, bro. It's good, bro. Trust me,
I've
it's
seen
good.
like a couple studios.
Like, there's some good
don't get me
scenes,
wrong.
bro.
It
It's
is
like-
childish. It
I
is
don't know, bro.
childish.
But I
That's
haven't
what
seen
it's
that
meant for, bro. It's meant for younger teens and child.
But I
and
feel like DreamWorks and
It wasn't
Hey.
bad. It's just, it wasn't
Oh,
good.
bro, you're getting cooked in the chat right now, bro.
Like 100%.
I rewatch Ghibli's entire film catalog
Hey.
every summer for the past 7 years. You're capping to the highest degree. Flagrant
Jesus
2.
Groovy said it's a flagrant 2, bro.
Yeah, that's an ejection.
Cancelable
That's
offense.
a Draymond move.
All right, what's the best one? I'll watch the best one that you recommend.
It's Spirited Away. That's the
I
best
was,
one.
yeah, I
That's,
think
that's one of the only ones I see.
Bro, no way.
Princess Momonosuke is actually good too.
Hey,
that's the wolf fellow, right? Yeah. I've seen
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
hey, that one might be some Chopper foreshadowing.
Actually, bro, I do remember when I was a kid though. I don't remember. But I remember I watched one and it like legitimately scared me when I was like 5 years old. I forgot which one it was.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch Ponyo. I heard that one was really good too.
I've seen Princess Momonosuke, and I saw I think it's like fuck. It's not Castle in the Sky, but the name is very similar. I can't remember the name, but either way, I'm not a big connoisseur, but I get what you're saying, Preach. We got stuff like Shrek out here, man. What I'm watching that for?
Bro,
you feel
yeah,
me?
no, Shrek is like a 10 out of 10 movie, bro. Yeah,
Bro, no. We
Shrek
not
2. Shrek
we not
2.
downplaying Shrek, alright? Shrek is gold.
Yeah, oh, we
Oh, yeah,
can't-
Shrek
we
is
can't do
noted.
that.
Yeah.
No, Shrek 2 is a 10 out of 10 movie, bro.
Bro,
Bro,
if I
have-
could rate it more than a 10, I would. That's how good it is.
It's Moving Castle. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Moving Castle.
Have y'all seen the last Puss in Boots movie that came out, bro?
Oh my
I wanna
God.
see it
Bruh.
still,
So good.
I
was
did hear
wondering-
it's great. I
Bro,
I
the
was watching
last
it with my little
fight
brother and he
scene.
turned it off, bro. I was
Bro,
mad.
the last fight scene is fucking crazy, bro. Like-
Some Zoro Mihawk shit. Like,
Wait,
God,
wait.
Caleb, hey, real quick, Caleb Brown. Real quick, Caleb Brown. I've been laughing at that too. The name.
Oh, Princess Living.
It's Mononoke. And so-
Momonosuke.
I've been laughing at that too, bro. I didn't want to correct him. I didn't want to
Hey,
correct
hey,
him.
Okay.
Momonosuke
it's
got his
Momonosuke,
he got his
bro.
own feature film, bro.
Hey,
That's
I've been
hilarious,
reading
bro.
a little
Inspiration
bit
from-
too much One Piece, bro. Let me
Yeah, I
slide.
got that. Yeah, I got that one piece in my
Bro, but
brain.
no,
Hey,
that
it's another
happens,
thing
though.
Oda got inspiration from, though.
Hey, dude, I can't remember the exact example off the top of my head. I'm gonna remember it later, and I'll just like make a post because it was really funny. But I've had multiple times in my life where like I'm talking about something completely away from One Piece. The people I'm talking to don't know what One Piece is or whatever, and I accidentally like slip in. It's like a like a Freudian slip or whatever it's called, and like I say like what like some like I'll say Shanks instead of Scott or something like in a sentence. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my god, bro, like I can't even. Like I was like, just forget. I can't even begin to explain. I can't.
At
It's
this
taking over
point,
our
it's just
brain,
second nature, bro.
Yeah.
It's an-
second
One Piece is
nature.
life.
We should change the name from Freudian slip to what? Odian slip?
Yeah, yeah. There's probably
Princess
something.
Momonoke is definitely one of their best.
Oh, somebody
movies.
said
arguably
hey.
better than Spirited Away for sure.
Hey,
Somebody said Shrek sucked his butt, bro.
Wait,
oh,
who?
that's crazy.
Shrek is not. Bud,
No,
you're
that
wild.
is no. I mean, if you never saw it like when it was coming out and stuff, and you went back and watched it today, maybe I would say no, but like maybe I could get that. But like if you take Shrek for like the time it was made and like the impact it had, like how big it was at the time, like, yeah, Shrek's a goated movie series. Like there's no question.
Bro,
It is-
I
it is for
rewatched
sure.
Shrek as an adult, and it became better for me. Like, I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah, because you see more of the adult jokes.
Exactly. And like,
That's-
it's
oh.
just too goated.
Also, I might be talking to nobody here, but I just want to say, Matt Cipher, if you're watching this or you're watching the VOD in the future, I'm gonna finally watch Princess Mononoke just because of this discussion. He literally popped up as I said it. That's crazy, Matt Cipher. That's crazy.
Wow.
That is so Bro, Matt Cypher, we start talking about Princess Mononoke for 2 seconds and you show up. That's crazy. He's been trying to get...
Bro.
So he co-signed my Chopper video. He gave me a lot of the inspiration. He kept telling me, you need to go watch Princess Mononoke. It's going to inspire you for the thing. I was like, bro, I just ain't got the time to go watch that and like think about it and add it to the theory. I just can't do it. And because of this, that's why I was like, okay, I'll go watch it because everyone brought it up. And literally as I say his name, he comes up. That's great. That I'm like, actually, the universe just...
That's called
crazy.
fate.
That's
That's
actually
called
crazy.
fate.
Bro.
That
It
is...
is, it's definitely that good, bro. Trust me, it's
Bro.
that good.
We can back.
He
We
even-
even say Momonosuke. That's so fucking funny, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I was even thinking about it.
That's so... guys, I can't... Matt Cypher literally shows up in the middle of that and says, sorry, I would have joined earlier, but I was buried under work. Like, he wasn't even talking about Princess Mononoke. He just showed up through the ether at the perfect
That
time.
is definitely wild, and that's definitely the universe speaking to you to tell you to go watch that.
I
That
guess
is
I'm gonna have to
fucking
watch it
crazy.
again too, man. Because I watched when I was young. I might. peep
You
it
know
again
what?
later on.
Man, maybe Princess Mononoke can be like a members only stream idea or something while I'm watching it. That might be kind of fun.
Momonosuke.
Yeah, Momonosuke. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying it. Fuck.
Am I gonna be
Hey, real
making
quick.
fun of forever for that?
Hey, real quick, just before I forget about it, I did get a super chat a little bit ago. I want to get to real quick. The Blackman Who Laughs super chatted $5 and said, "Bonnie is Luffy's mom. Kuma pushed out her memory. Luffy was literally born into his good timeline, which would explain his luck." I don't know about Bonnie being Luffy's mom, but Luffy's mom having Bonnie's fruit and him being lucky because of that. Now that is a take that I like a lot. That is of all of like the Luffy's mom ideas. I don't think Bonnie herself makes sense because of just the timeline stuff. Like if she is Kuma's child, how would that all line up? You know what I mean? But the fruit belonging to Luffy's mom, that is brilliant because of the luck factor. That is actually brilliant.
You also have to look at like the little things that Bonnie and Luffy share, like their eating habits, for example.
True.
I don't think Dragon eat like that, man.
Yeah, Dragon don't eat like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, we gotta wait. We gotta
Yeah,
wait.
he might,
Yeah,
bro.
that is true.
I think Oda is messing with us a little bit. Like Dragon's gonna be a goofball. Like
Bro, we've seen him picking his nose before.
yeah, and he's
Bro, I'm
always
telling you.
and he's always looking east, which I know is cool because like that's where Luffy's born or whatever. But that's still like a kind of a quirk. It's just like a thing, you know. He's always looking east. It's
Yeah.
just like a
Dude,
yeah. He's gonna be a weird dude.
I'm telling you, before he saw the world government, Marines, whatever corruption it was that made him make the Revolutionary Army. I'm telling you, in the Marines, he was a goofball, and Akainu was the one who took shit seriously. That's the reason why. That's where the feud started.
Yo,
That'd be a funny reason for the feud, honestly.
Like it's where it culminated and started, but after Dragon found out shit and dipped, Akainu hated him even more for it.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
goofball
I could
that
easily
gets out
see
on
that.
yeah, so I have
Dragon is a
a
South bird.
Karasu. How do you say it? Karasu?
Karasu, I think.
Karasu.
That's how I say it, but
Karasu,
I don't know what the
Yeah,
right
so I
way
got a
is.
theory for him. I've been thinking about it, like what? Because we've seen his devil fruit is the fruit, but then I always wonder what is the plague mask all about. Then, bro, like I've been looking more into it and stuff, and then I realized he's also from the North Blue. So I started thinking, what if he was from Law's hometown? He's like one of the only survivors. You know, that's why he had a
interesting.
plague mask, because
Well,
that whole place was doctors, right? So, and if you think about it, the soot fruit is like the contrast of they call it like the snow, the city of snow.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
white lead. Yeah, I like that. I would say the one thing about the mask that I've been thinking is the reason he has it and why he needs like a voice changer or whatever to talk is that because he has the soot fruit, his lungs are like ruined, like his throat. You know, and it's like
Yeah.
he's a lifetime smoker at this point, like because which is like ironic because Smoker, the guy with the smoke fruit, doesn't have any problem. But I think that might be it. Is like that's why is like because he deals with soot and he's covered in it all the time, he can't like talk anymore. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
but no, I mean I like your idea too because, it's weird that like he has the soot fruit, but he also like uses birds, which like to me I'm like trying to figure out. It's also like the mask is a bird mask, which like doesn't connect to. I don't know what it connects to, but I think that is going to be the element that really ties us to what his like the truth is to him, because it's all bird themed. Which like if you have the soot fruit, it doesn't have to be birds, right? It can be whatever. So I'm kind of curious why that is, because I think that'll tell us a lot about him. But But it is weird how Oda like showed him so much in the chapter. I felt like it was like a big Karasu exposition. So I feel like we were talking earlier, Karasu is the strongest of the commanders. Like he was looking like a beast. Like he was making swords out of his soot and stuff, like blades, I should say, not swords necessarily. But yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah, his fruit it can be busted for sure. I have a question though. Do y'all think it's I think it's a Logia. What do y'all think it's a Logia or a Paramecia fruit? Because soot can be natural, but I don't know if Oda's thinking like that. Because every Logia we've seen has been like a natural substance in nature.
Well, I mean, isn't soot just ash, but like
it's the burning of organic matter.
Right.
That's what comes.
It's like the leftover carbon or whatever the element is.
Literally.
Well, to answer your question, I think if I had to guess right now, he's a special Paramecia like Katakuri. And not just a Logia, because in my main distinction, and I could be wrong, like we haven't seen enough, I don't think, but it doesn't seem like he is soot. It seems like he creates and controls soot. You know what I mean? Because like Logia users, they have like the properties of their element. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't think his body has the properties of soot. I just think he can like create it and control it, kind of like Daffy made or Doflamingo, however anyone wants to pronounce it. I always get memed on no matter how I pronounce it, but like he like created strings and controlled strings, right? So I think it's a similar thing. He's using soot like Doflamingo used strings, not that his body is made of soot or like whatever, like has the properties of it. So that's where I'm at.
His fruit is in that weird void of like the Katakuris. If you want to look at Doflamingo, that you could think of them in that matter too, but I don't know, man. If it's a Logia, then it's one of the weirdest Logias we've seen in the story.
Here's a great example. It's like Magellan's fruit, which is a Paramecia. That's how I view it. It's going to be like Magellan's. Like, it's the same exact idea.
I'm fine with it being either, honestly, because a special Paramecia, it's pretty much a Logia. I mean, especially if you have... like,
wasn't he getting shot in this chapter and like it was he was like intangible to him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have future sight though.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Make it seem like he's a Logia, but he's just so talented with future sight like Katakuri that it he's just a Paramecia and he's just dodging through it.
Exactly.
Or like PG in them.
And I do want to say this real quick. Something that might tie to the soot bird connection. I brought this up in my stream. I don't know if this is actually what Oda's thinking or where this would go in the story, but like I had a fireplace growing up that like we used in the house. You know what I mean? So like we had soot, everywhere because of that. And sometimes birds would get caught in the chimney, and they wouldn't be able to escape, so they'd end up going all the way down to the bottom, like into the fireplace. We'd have to let them out of the fireplace and then out the back door. You know what I mean? Because they can't fly back up the chimney. They like can't see or whatever. So they, no matter what bird it is, they come out looking like a crow because they're covered in soot. And I don't know if that's like a common thing in Japan or if there's like a legend about it, maybe, where like a bird gets caught covered in soot and it looks like a crow and it's like a legend of some kind. Because that happened to me dozens of times growing up. Like I always liked watching. It was like a hectic, like my dad would always do it, and it was like just scary because like the bird's leaving soot all over the living room because he's going to like all the walls because he can't see. He's trying to like find the door. So I think that might be the connection, but I don't know what that really means.
That's wild that you said that because like maybe like 5-6 years ago, there was a bird that came through my grandmother's chimney, and it was covered in a black substance, and it was obviously
Yep.
And that whole scenario you were just talking about is what happened to me. If you think about it, that obviously happens a lot.
Yep.
Because if it happened between me and you, and chimneys are so common, especially in the States, and then obviously most likely in Japan, then I could see that actually being a thing.
And like,
I never even thought about that.
And like I was saying, if there's like a legend tied to it of some kind, because here's the thing, chimneys throughout human history, depending on where you live, like if it's a place that gets cold, they had some form of a chimney. Like igloos have a form of a chimney. It's just like a hole in the roof. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like any place that needs to be warm will have some form of a chimney. And throughout all human history, that was an issue where birds would get caught in it. It's just like a natural. It just happens, right? So so I could see maybe like a legend somewhere where like maybe like a legendary bird got caught. Like I'm extrapolating big time, but like a bird got caught in a volcano and came out as like a crazy strong black bird of some, you know what I mean, something like that, because like, it's like a big version of a chimney, something like that. So but then yeah, like I said, I don't know where that could lead to, like his past, like for instance, Preachy brought up Flevance. Like maybe there's a place that like was known for their chimneys, or it could be a place that was really cold, maybe because they needed fireplaces. I'm not exactly sure, but I think there might be something to tie the chimneys to some place. I mean, we actually know somebody named Chimney in the story also, but
I like that idea much better, because my original idea of why he chose to make Chris out of it is showing love to Kishimoto for Itachi's character.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was thinking he was doing that. But the way you're saying it makes a lot more sense. And what you're saying, I actually really like that idea. Hopefully that's true.
I hope that's it, just because like I said, that was like a big thing when I was growing up, like the bird. Like I always loved it. Was like kind of scary, but it happened all the time in my house, like every couple months. So like that was like the first. I said it as soon as I saw his powers. Like, bro, that I don't know if that's it, but I'm getting like deja vu. So
when the bird came into y'all's house, was it like a complete frenzy?
Oh yeah, bro. Like we had these big French doors, like the chimney was like in like the room like that was connected to the back door, so it was like right there for the bird to escape. But like we had these big French doors that we could see through, so we'd shut the French doors, and my mom and I, or whoever, like sometimes my mom would do it, but like I would just watch intently, and everyone's screaming. It's like the craziest 2 minutes of life, and then and then the bird finds his way out, but then you got to go wipe down like the ceiling because there's soot everywhere.
Exactly, bro. That's exactly how it went down with it too. That's wild.
So I think that's what Oda's going for. But real quick, I want to get to what is probably going to be the last super chat or whatever for the night, because we're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. But Matt Cypher resubscribed with his Prime sub over on Twitch. I appreciate you. And he said, Dak, you need to watch Princess Mononoke and read Treasure Island. I've been trying to get both you and Par to watch or read both. Matt Cypher, after that serendipitous moment earlier, I have no choice but to watch Princess Mononoke. That literally has to happen.
The gods are speaking to you.
That was so crazy. Matt Cypher, I don't know if you fully understand what happened, because I haven't seen too many chats from you since that happened. But I'm going to message you on Discord after this, and I'm going to make sure you understand just how insane that was.
That was some nasty shit right there. Some
crazy.
That was the craziest mind rope of all time. Like I'm like actually shocked. Like that's like legitimately where like you start questioning like
now
like is there a higher power?
You're gonna watch it and you're gonna solve the entire One Piece story.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie though. Matt Cypher is already one of my like #1 confidants. Like whenever I have like a theory idea and I want to like make sure it's legit or I want to get it expanded upon, he's one of the first. Like he's been mentioned in like 5 or 6 of my videos at this point. So that just builds on it even more. That's just really crazy. That's
shout out to you, bro.
Matt Cypher, big W. Also, I see everyone talking about the Nuggets. Nuggets went on a big run.
Tune in to...
Hey.
I ain't gonna say that.
hey, who's KD in One Piece?
Oh man, it's gotta be
who's hopping teams and losing anyway.
It's gotta
Jinbei.
be
Jinbei. Hey, I like Jinbei too much. Jinbei's too honorable. But he does bounce teams.
KD is law, bro. KD is law.
All right, KD's law. I might be cool with that. I like law a lot too, but that is kind of fitting. That is kind of fitting.
Can't do it by himself.
Exactly.
Man, I want to know more about the ancient kingdom and the world government too, because I feel like KD, like let's say Emu won their position because like they lost a Davy back fight, but like went back on their word or something. I feel like that could be like KD, like he loses, but he's just like a snake anyway and goes back on, whatever. that could be it.
Orochi, man, is that
Orochi?
Oh my god!
Oh no, not Orochi, bro.
No, wait, not Kid either. Who said Kid? Somebody said Aokiji, and I'm fine with that too.
Aokiji is kid or is KD? Okay, I thought it said
Hey, it
Aokiji
makes
is
sense.
kid.
It makes sense.
Aokiji's KD. That's accurate. That might be the
That's
best
perfect.
one.
Yeah,
That might be the
that's
Nah,
best one.
kid is like D Rose, unfortunately.
No.
That's
Oh
what
no,
Kid is,
no,
bro.
that might be Shanks because D Rose got hurt and wasn't the same, and Shanks lost his arm, and
Yeah, that's
you know what I
actually
mean,
good.
something like that.
Shanks is LeBron James.
No, sir, he's not.
Shanks is
No, he's
LeBron
not.
James.
Roger is LeBron James.
Roger is
And
Michael
Apu,
Jordan.
KD is Apu. Thank you, Cameron. Yes, KD's Apu. I don't want. No, we're done. We're done with that. That's locked in. It's not changing. KD's Apu. I don't care.
Jordan is Gart. That's all I'm gonna say.
Who?
Oh no, Jordan.
Yes,
Jordan's
sir.
Joy Boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fine
boy,
with that,
boy,
too.
I'm with that. I'm
I'm
with
fine
that.
with that.
No, he's not, bro. What?
I mean,
Joy
bro, it's
Boy
even
was
the
gambler.
You even got the JO, like
Probably.
Jordan Joy Boy. I'm telling you, bro.
Was he a drunk gambler? That's what Joy Boy is. Now that's what we doing.
Oh,
Wait. Who in One Piece is the balding liar?
Michael Jordan. Him too. He fits
I was
the
going to lie. What he lie about?
I don't know. I'm sure he lied about
LeBron.
something.
I'm talking about Bron. When,
I'm sure he lied about
Oh.
something.
when is the last time Bron has been truthful about any subject, bro?
You know what, Brian?
Hey,
Real.
honestly,
Brian don't
though,
be lying.
Hey, yeah, Braun hyped stuff up like Oda hyped stuff up in One Piece a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like
It's
the
not lying. It's embellishing.
yeah, I knew before the game it was going to be special. I knew
Bruh.
Bronny was dropping 45. Man, I knew he was going to hit that shot from the corner before the timeout was
Bruh.
called, bro. Like I'm like, bro, you
That's
ain't okay. Look, you ain't got
story.
future sight, bro. Okay, maybe on the
Get
court. Maybe on the court, like during a game, he has future sight, like real talk, like he knows the play before it happens. You know what I mean? But not like that though.
Bro, the story about Kobe.
They say he
with the
just aims
81,
at the
bro.
middle rim.
What's that?
Bruh.
When he say he just aims at the middle rim. When he's like, I saw three
Oh,
rims.
that's cap.
just
That's
aim
so
at the
much
middle one.
cap. That is so much cap.
Y'all gotta look. JJ said it best. Don't let a lie get in the way of a good story, bro.
Hey, ZPM is spitting, or ZMP is spitting, bro.
What they say?
LeBron is Usopp, bro.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
I guess Usopp might be getting Conqueror's Haki then.
Look at.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
We should have a whole stream trying to compare One Piece people to basketball
Dude, that
players.
would be so fun.
Let's
We
get
really
it,
got to
man.
do it.
That would
That'd be
actually.
so fun.
That is a
LeBron
great
is
topic
crazy.
for a stream. That would be
That's
amazing.
so-
That'd
Well-
be perfect for a break week.
Yeah, like,
Thanks.
dude, you can even get like the top, maybe not the top 75, but get like the top, maybe like 50 of the 75 or top 25, something. Pick some top list.
Let's
try to
pick the
match
fellas
it up.
that deserve to be there.
Bro, please don't tell me we're going to do dudes like Bob Cousy. Because, like,
We gotta
Bob
skip
Cousy.
them.
He's some, like,
We gotta
rebel
skip
celestial
them.
dread.
Hey, he's a beast,
Bro,
but I don't know
Bob.
enough to time anyone, you know?
Bro, Bob Cousy's garbage.
I'm
The
sure we can
Bob
find like 30.
is crazy.
I'm sure we can find like 30 current basketball players. to
Players
go
that are
on.
better
Yeah.
than Bob Cousy, yes.
Why
The
are we
lowest
dogging
tier
Bob
player.
Cousy right now?
I might have to join the Bob Cousy hive now, bro. Y'all wild
Better
No,
than
enough.
Steve
I'm about to
Nash?
pull up the Bob Cousy highlights after this.
Respect the pass.
Bob Cousy's trash. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
man.
staying by that.
What team did Bob Cousy even play for? The Celtics?
The Celtics, yeah, he
Yeah.
was on the done. Yeah, he got
Man.
like 5.
Hey, bro, like I said, those 60 players, I just don't count them. Different.
Oh, man.
It's not even the
Oh,
same
no.
sport.
So they never
Respect
existed,
the
huh?
pass.
It's not the same sport, bro. It's not, if we're being real, like they didn't have a 3-point.
Hey, in my Nolan video I'm working on, I literally make a parallel to like comparing eras in basketball, and I say that basically I think Nolan was like Yonko level or maybe even like Pirate King level, but just in his era, because it's kind of like comparing Wilt to LeBron and stuff. It's like Wilt was by far more dominant, but he was playing against scrubs. It's kind of the same thing with Nolan. Like he was just so far better than everyone that like if he was fighting Luffy today, does he win? I don't know. Like probably not. But back then, I mean, you know, but I mean that stuff exists in One Piece too. So I think that'd be really fun if we factored that into any kind of rankings.
Yeah, I mean, I think that LeBron definitely is the best player of all time.
bro, that
JJ
JJ's laugh is the best, bro. I'm not even
seals it,
playing.
bro.
Every time when someone says something crazy, I wait for JJ to laugh. I'm
The
sitting
laugh
there.
track in the background, man.
Y'all tune into this niggas and sons game if y'all want to see an ass whooping, man. It's crazy.
Oh,
Who's winning?
It's
Nuggets.
18 points, but not niggas up.
That's what happened when you ain't got no leader.
Oh my god.
Hey, he's not the bus driver. He's the bus rider. He be
I'm just gonna
riding
say
the bus.
JJ, the Charles Barkley of One Piece University, man.
Oh, bro. Hey, that's the best spot to be. That's the best spot in the world. Hey, Chuck's got the best
Probably might be
job.
the funniest man on TV, bro.
Real
Chuck-
talk.
That dude is hilarious.
Oh,
Chuck is a hater.
and I'm not gonna
He's
lie,
too funny, though.
Hey, but Shaq and Chuck's like chemistry is maybe even the better part because like Chuck is, Chuck is probably like my favorite dude to watch on TV. Period. But the way that him and Shaq build off of each other is what really just makes it special, man. Like,
Bro, my favorite thing is the rivalry between San Antonio women and Chuck. That's the funniest thing I've ever
bro.
Oh man,
So
big
to
old
know-
draws.
seen.
I want y'all to know KD has 4 points and they're deep into the second, or almost deep into the second.
oh that.
I mean, look, Katie watched he hurt. He need an off season off. Man.
Oh,
Been their second best player all playoffs, man. It's been Devin Booker the whole time.
hey,
And Brian hurt too, man. Brian ain't got that same burst no more, man.
hey,
all
real
right.
quick. Hey, the Blackman who laughs just gave me another $2 super chat. Ja Morant is Yasop. They even look alike.
Man.
Oh.
Bro.
I feel like we could do a stream where we do like Yonko Warlords and Supernovas of the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I love
was-
that,
hey,
honestly.
Before we can get right back to the NBA talk in a second, but I just want to get this to the super chat real quick. Well, two of them really. Matt Cypher used another 100 bits. He said, "I had a long day at work. Literally got on stream after getting back. I promise Treasure Island by R.L. Stevenson is the inspiration of One Piece. It's the original pirate treasure hunt story." Man, Matt Cypher heard that I'm gonna watch Princess Mononoke, and he moved right over to get me to read Treasure Island. I might have to, bro. You're on the money with Mononoke, so I might have to. And then Young Usopp super chatted $2 and said, "Could Mihawk have been a god knight?"
No.
I'll say this: I can't see it because he was also known as Marine Hunter, and that just we also have to factor in like the timelines. Like, who knows how old the God Knights are, which like we don't know. But I err on the side of they've been around a long time, but we don't know. It could be something else, but like I think they may have even been around as long as like the Gorosei have. But like we'll see. So I would say I don't think any current people that we've met already are God Knights, but being related to them I love. Like, and that could build into the Shanks and Mihawk rivalry if like both their dads are God Knights or something like that. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, what do you guys think?
Really want them guys to be God Knights either, but the rivalry thing coming from the lineage would be insane. Maybe Mihawk, with the eyes, we just don't know. But the fact that we saw him looking so young at
Right.
Roger's flashback, I just don't think it matches up either. But yeah, like I said, he could be a descendant because of the way his eyes are.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the only guy. Maybe Doflamingo. Have we seen Dofi without his shades?
No, not yet.
I think his might be the
I've
same.
been saying this for a while that Dofi without his shades is a must. We need to see.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy if he had ringed eyes. I feel like
I
he's
think it
going
might
to.
be a celestial lineage thing, but
Killer Comedy, Katie doing Katie things, thinking about haters on Twitter. That, like, real talk, bro. That might be one of my least favorite things. Like, okay, Katie joining the Warriors is my least favorite thing he's ever done, but the amount of burners he has and that he's been caught on, you know what I mean, on Twitter, like, talking smack unnecessarily, like, man.
Ball.
I don't understand how you can have like $300 million in your bank account, worry about what somebody on Twitter who probably didn't even watch the ads that they talking about. I just don't see it, bro.
Same.
Like, that's so crazy to me, bro.
Same. It's hard to say without being in their shoes sometimes, like maybe if I was a pro basketball player, like people get under my skin too all the time. But like you're saying, I can't fathom a world where I have $100+ million in the bank account and I care what a single person says on Twitter. I can't see it. I barely care what they say now, and I have not a fraction of that. So
Like, it's hilarious. The tweet he got caught with, the fucking KDK win with those cats, bro. That is so funny, bro. He's literally speaking the third person. Like, you locked in, bro.
Yep. Oh, dude. I mean, I always like to joke because you know how whenever he won MVP, the whole thing is like, you the real MVP. Like, even when he won the MVP, he was saying he's not actually the MVP. Like, like he's not that special, bro. But I gotta say though, of all the things KD's done, I actually appreciate that the most because his mom was a mail carrier, like for USPS, and that's what my mom has been for like 20 plus years. So whenever that happened, I sent that to my mom like immediately. Like, Mom, I just found your favorite player in basketball, like no question. And
That's fun.
I don't think she understood what the MVP was, but you know,
That's dope, man.
yeah, it was cool.
Check on Mama was too.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Hey, deliver mail's tough, bro.
I believe it.
And then the Blackman Who Laughs gave me another $2 super chat. Gorosei are former god knights who got promoted. So I think Preach was saying that earlier, right? Yeah,
I think that is true because, like how I said, they have scars, so we know they fought in some. I know a lot of people think that the Gorosei are immortal. I just don't see it because we know, like, the blonde guy. We know he was the newest one.
I wonder if they only get replaced like when one dies. You know, like dies like because they're immortal, but like if they get killed in battle or they get sick or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't die from old age, but maybe they can still die other ways. And then maybe that's the process where like they have been around, but over time some have died and they do get replaced by god knights. God knights being the step directly below Gorosei, like the funnel for the Gorosei. That makes a lot of sense, I think, because like if you're gonna be making decisions on the whole world, and like I think we talked about this a little bit too, like, you know, I feel like you got to be able to throw hands, you know, and they have scars and all that, so it proves they have been throwing hands before. So
yeah, I think it's also just a level of respect too. It's like,
yeah,
you have to earn your stripes protecting, or if you're protecting the celestial dragon for that long, it's like they kind of can tell that you're really dedicated to it.
Yep, I agree with that.
Dial said, "Who got more burners, Crow or Katie?" This different.
That is a beautiful question.
That's bro.
Up debate.
It's a very different situation. All right.
Hey.
Oh, really?
Got more what?
I'm a man that wears many hats. I don't make burners to respond to people that disagree with me.
That's
yeah. Why you never come on now.
Talk about Shanks one time, he'll make 5 burners.
Wow.
Oh man. Yo, if KD was a One Piece fan, that would be hilarious to, you know, see his responses to some of this stuff, like his agendas and whatever.
He'd definitely be one of them people that's sending like tweets, you know, like into his group chat. Like, y'all help me ratio this guy.
For sure, bro. Like, man, imagine him in a Zoro versus Sanji debate, bro.
Oh my god.
He'd be a Zoro guy.
I think he'd be a Zoro guy too.
He'd be a Zoro guy, and he'd be on the correct side.
Nah, in my opinion, he on the lowest Sanji guy.
Nah, he's a sensitive fella. You know how I'm Zoro.
Oh man. Oh man.
They take no type of criticism. Nobody disagreeing with him. That's Zoro all day, man.
Bro, that's
Nah,
hilarious.
he'd be a Sanji fan because Sanji fans are just like their idol, man. You know, sensitive, simping all the time. You know, like
Trying to screenshot of me sipping right now, man. Come on, man.
But hey, real quick, so we just a couple minutes ago we hit 11 p.m. and that's like 3 hours, and that was kind of my stopping point. And I do need to go get some food or something because I didn't really eat too much yet. So, I guess I'm just gonna say, so this is gonna be the end of the stream. But before that happens, I got one final question for each of you, and you know, you can plug whatever videos or whatever streams you got coming up. Obviously, OPU streaming tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. EST as always. But if there's anything else you want to plug, feel free. But along with that, I want you guys to each answer, what are you most excited for in the final saga? What thing are you looking forward to most that's coming up? Whether it's, you know, Reverie, going back to Egghead, Emu reveal, whatever it is. Just what are you most excited to find out here coming up soon in the manga? And we're gonna go in order again. Which Crow? I think you're first. Yeah, Crow.
Yeah. I am most excited for my head canon of Sanji getting Conqueror's Haki. But aside from that, if at one point we get to see Shanks and Mihawk flashback, or just God Valley, something like that. I don't know, Baby Mo Dragon stuff. It's too much shit as One Piece, bro. I can't even say what.
It's crazy. Yeah. That's why I like asking. There's so much. I want to know what the first thing comes out of your mouth is, because I know there's 100 things you could say. So that's why I like asking it.
If my boy get Conqueror's Haki, I will be there no matter what. And I got some agendas I got to push so nasty on Twitter. Some shit I got to shut down. It's coming soon. Don't trip.
Yeah. When Sanji gets Conquerors, I'm bringing you back on the stream, Crow. We're gonna have a whole stream.
Oh
talking
yeah,
about the Ka King.
We're gonna toast to it, man. You feel me? The Ka King of Sanji.
Facts.
It's coming. But up with this plug, I will be streaming from this account starting next week. I'm probably gonna be playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3, something like that. I don't know, we'll figure that out. But sometime next week I'll be on this account streaming. And tomorrow we got OPU. Around the same time we started here today. Tap in. It's gonna be very fun. We would love for y'all to come by and have some fun with us. We know Dak gonna be there.
Yep.
And the Lakers gonna be playing, so I might be a little quiet. But anyway, yeah. We can go to the next person.
Appreciate you. Zane, you're up next.
I feel like I'm gonna sound like a basic dude, bro, but I want to see what happened during the Void Century, man. Like I've been waiting to see that for so long. There's gonna be so many answers that are answered there, or questions that are answered there. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's like the big breaking point of One Piece. Once we get there, we're gonna find out so much. We're gonna see so much, and I feel like we're gonna find the truths of One Piece during that arc or flashback or whatever it ends up being. So can't wait to see that. And yeah, I just want to shout out OPU, and I want to shout out Dak for having us on tonight, man. You're an amazing host. You're an amazing YouTuber. I love your videos. Ask Preach, bro. Like 6 months ago, I was like, bro, this guy's video is amazing. He goes, hey, I know that guy. He's my editor.
Hey, that's some lore.
I definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was just looking back on, and I remember like all the way back, like 7 months ago, bro. I saw when I first shouted out your what was it?
It was
Joy
Boy's Wings. Yeah,
yeah,
Bon
bro. I'm like,
Clay
bro,
and
that's
Barto. Yeah.
Man, like that was a long time ago, bro.
That was we're coming up on a year. We're at 10.5 months since I dropped my first video, and I was thinking about that the other day. Like damn, like I'm almost at a year that I've had the channel. Then it's gonna be a year since I met Preach, and then a year, like all these anniversaries are coming up, which is like so crazy to think of. But
and you're killing it, bro. You're killing it.
No, I appreciate that, guys. We're trying, so I appreciate it. And thank you guys for even coming on the stream. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys taking the time for it. I know you guys got a stream tomorrow night too, so but I'll definitely be in the chat, as always. And like One Piece University just said in the chat, get the 1K for the Zoro vs Sanji stream. I'm looking forward to that. So
yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy. That's all I can say.
It will be wild for sure.
That'll be a great stream. I'm looking forward to it. Like if you guys look in the description, I even said like don't ask Zoro versus Sanji. Like kind of joking, but
and
we'll see.
This is the last thing I want to say, bro. Thank y'all so much for coming out and supporting Dak and us, bro. It means so much. I love talking One Piece. Seeing y'all chat going crazy is just an amazing to see. So thank y'all so much, man.
Yeah, chat.
For
Yeah, chat, you guys have been amazing tonight, seriously. I mean, obviously I'm always very thankful for all the financial support, all the memberships and super chats. All that is obviously amazing and helps keep the channel running so I can keep doing stuff like this all the time. But even beside that, man, you guys are so involved in the chat. Like, I'm watching the whole time, responding to people. Like, Killer Comedy, I mentioned in the chat, I wanted to bring it up, but you brought up The Land Before Time earlier when we were talking about movies. That goated, absolutely goated. I can't watch it anymore because it makes me so sad. I'll be honest with you, because like now that it made me sad back then, but now it makes me even more sad because like I'm like an adult, so like I know, like whenever the mom dies, we aren't going to talk about it. All right, but it's sad stuff.
Shout out to Littlefoot and Ducky.
Yeah, top tiers. I got them top 10 in the verse, but yeah, chat, you guys have been amazing, so thank you. And then let's go. JJ, you're up next.
So yeah, man, if you're gonna ask me what I'm looking forward to, I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of what Zane was saying. But I mean, every time we get more lore, it just makes us ask more questions. We were just talking about how we're interested in the Kuma flashback. He spoke on the Void Century. I'm sure we're gonna end up getting more and more from Rocks. Hopefully with that Rocks, we may be able to get a little bit more from Kaido, but that's a whole nother story. But I mean, everything in regards to One Piece, I can't wait for everything to end, just so when you go back to the beginning, you can start really tying in all the parallels and everything. It's such an intriguing story, and I'm just appreciative to have a crew to be able to talk about it on a weekly basis. Dak, it was so dope you inviting us out here. This is my first time, being a guest on somebody else's show, and I hope to be able to do it again. John Sherrod on all social media, like Vex told you. I ain't got nothing to push, so I'm gonna push my boy Prince. He just dropped a video recently doing crazy numbers. Daggone Preach dropping regularly, and I just shouted out Dak on my Twitter just because I always like how Dak he's just always talking about all the other characters that you don't hear too much about, and that's the stuff that intrigues me with One Piece. It's 1,000 characters, and everybody got a story worth listening to. It's so dope. So y'all keep on checking in on Dak. I hope I see a lot of these names I don't recognize tomorrow. OPU, we do what we do, baby.
Man, bro, JJ is so good at like speaking, bro. You could be like a motivational speaker or something. I'm like, I don't know what it is, man. You're captivating, but I want to say about the Void Century things. I know you both brought it up. I totally agree with you guys because that's the reason we care about One Piece. To be honest, that's the reason why there's a great pirate era is because there was a Void Century and they're hiding that, and that truth is found on the the poneglyphs and all that. That's the driver for the whole story is the Void Century. So I completely agree with all that. And also, yeah, shout out Prince for the awesome Willa D video. It's doing very well, much deserved. He was nervous, but didn't need to be. I was telling him he had all the pieces. he had all the pieces, and he made it one great piece, I guess. So balling out. So I just want to say real quick, shout out to JWP for dropping 5 more memberships. I appreciate you, bro. That's amazing. Thank you. JWP is always being super generous, so that's a W. JW, if you just got here, we are wrapping it up, unfortunately, but that's still amazing. Thank you. And I see 5 people got them immediately, so that's cool. So thank you very much. And Preach, you're up next.
Yeah, so first things first, I just sent you a picture deck if screen.
Give me one.
It's I want to shout out Adam Jinrakai. He just did our art.
Oh yeah.
And man, this artwork is fire, bro. I'm telling you, like when I first seen that, I was like, this is the coldest thing. So big thanks to him.
I got it up on.
He does One Piece videos, and I just want to give him a quick shout out because it just looks so good. And this is what we're going forward with. We're trying to get to 1,000, so we're doing big moves. And yeah, man, just go subscribe to One Piece University. We stream every week at I think like 5:30 PST. I guess EST is like what 8:30.
30.
Yep.
Yeah, so go check it out. And then as far as my favorite, as far as what I'm looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to the One Piece, man. I know it's like a basic answer, how Zane said, but it's just like not even. Of course, I want to know what it's gonna be, but just like the whole anticipation is gonna be so fun, man. Like I cannot wait for that chapter before where it's like I know Oda's gonna do some kind of, he's gonna tease it up, and then I feel like it's gonna be a cliffhanger. But I just feel like the whole community during that moment is going to be so over the top, so much fun, like similar to Gear 5, but even more crazy. But I might have to stream like the whole day that day. So that's just from the community aspect. I'm just excited for that.
That is so true. There will be, and I've told all my friends who got into One Piece, like getting into the story and all that is cool. I'm happy I get to talk about those moments with them. But really, it's about having people there when the One Piece is found and discovered and we find out what it is, like that, like being there when it happens. Because like if you start reading One Piece a little bit after that and you read that by yourself or whatever, and then you go back and watch videos, like yeah, you can get a taste of what it was like, but actually being into the story and understanding what it means to find the One Piece finally, I mean that's what we're all waiting for, bro. You literally can't replicate that in life, you know what I mean? Like that's like a once in a lifetime thing. So and I also want to say I echo the shout out to Adam Jinrakai for the great artwork, by the way. He's an amazing artist. He was on last week actually with the last arc, so that's perfect timing.
No, yeah, man, no, he's definitely got talented art. And I know he does theories too. I've seen a few of his videos.
He just had a big one.
Go check him out.
He just had a 20K plus view, and he's under 1K, so he needs some subs too. So definitely go check out Adam Jinrakai. Also, Adam Jinrakai is a Northeast Ohio boy like me. He said it on stream, so I don't think he cares. But so got much love for him too. Same roots.
Yeah, he made the Garpus Rocks video.
yep, that's him, and it's got like 20K plus right now. So
yeah, that's dope. I watched the video. It was a fun video. I don't,
for sure.
Taking it serious, so serious and mad at it. It's just a fun theory, bro.
Mm-hmm. And then Prince.
What's good, everybody? Principal Anime. You can find me on YouTube at Principal Anime. I just, like the boy said, dropped a Will of D video. I was nervous, and rightfully so, because, you know, sometimes, you know, theories can go one way or the other, but you guys loved it, and I really do appreciate that, so thank you so much for all the support that I got from it. And yeah, in terms of what I'm expecting or what I'm looking forward to in the final saga, I'm going to piggyback off of Preach, but it's a bit of a different answer, but kind of the same. I want to see Luffy become Pirate King. I want to just see, it's so bad. Just him becoming Pirate King, showing up the whole world. He's able to do it, able to be the next Roger, hell, the first Luffy, and just become the GOAT that he truly is. I just can't wait for it. But that's really what I'm waiting for in the final saga.
Can I add one thing that I'm waiting for as well? I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
Kobe being stronger than Luffy in the series.
Oh
but
my
yeah,
god!
Oh my
All right. I'll end it. I'll end it with a moment. I'll end it with a moment that I know we can all agree. Oh. hey! I got one we can agree on, and this is gonna be my answer every week because it should be. It probably has been. I just don't remember. But what I want to see the most is Brook meeting Laboon.
Oh yeah,
yes,
that's my number one. If I was on my deathbed and Oda said I can see one panel, that's the panel I'm picking.
Man, if there's a one thing that I want to see, man, and like this is just a complete wish list pick, I have to see Zoro versus Sanji, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's back. I doubt it happens.
What a beautiful segue.
Point.
Wait, what a beautiful segue, because everyone can go see Zoro vs. Sanji when One Piece University hits 1,000 subs and has the stream. So everyone,
subscribe.
make sure you go subscribe to OPU so we can make it happen. But that would be kind of interesting to see, because I mean we have had like Luffy fought Zoro, so, and I mean
It's like, I
Sanji
think the
did ask
greatest
him to kill him.
rivalries, and Zoro and Sanji is up there, but I feel like the greatest rivalries always have at least one fight.
Yeah, they go. I doubt it though. I doubt it.
How
That's
is
what I'm saying.
that-
I doubt it. But it's just like if that's one thing that I really want.
If I could see one last thing, it would be the most anticipated fight of the entire series. And that's really all I gotta say for it.
I hope I'm talking about Shanks and Mihawk, but anyway, man.
Oh my god.
I mean, Zoro and Mihawk. my bad.
Zoro.
Hey, well, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for taking your time out of your Thursday nights to come do this for over 3 hours. That's amazing. Awesome discussions. Yeah, everyone, go check out One Piece University. I'll be in the chat for One Piece University tomorrow night for sure. You know, we'll be talking about some basketball and maybe a little bit of One Piece. So, all right.
Thank y'all,
Bring
man.
y'all
Thank y'all
notifications
so
on.
much.
Yeah, turn the notice on. Y'all gonna see
Yep.
us, man.
Yep.
Peace.
Y'all are amazing, bro. Thank y'all.
Yep.